Woohoo! Gotta follow. Woohoo! Gotta follow. Hello and welcome one and all to the Launchpad. This is presented by Playing with Rockets. We are sponsored tonight by Matcherino.com and Broken Gaming. But we'll be back with more information on them later tonight. Real quick, just want to say quick thank you to the Cosmic Eye for the follow, Captain Hunters for the follow, Rock Fraggle Twitch, thank you very much for the follow, Jackev990, thank you very much for the follow, and Dav_RL, thank you very much for the follows. Appreciate all of you guys for joining us here tonight. I'm one of your hosts, PWR Ryan, and I'm joined tonight by the man with the voice deeper than the ocean itself, Pyrus NF2. How you doing, man?
Hey, pretty good. I'm very tired, but I'm very excited to see some exciting Rocket League, so keep me awake.
Keep you awake. I'll do that, but I think it'll be pretty easy with some of the action that we'll be getting tonight. We have a lot of really good teams joining us. Which I gotta say is really surprising because both of us, I think, were expecting this to be kind of a slower night, just between all the different things going on. And then also, really quick, thank you very much, My Bar of Soap, for the follow, and then appreciate you very much, Silver King, for that host. But man, we got a stacked tournament tonight. Did you get a look at how many people we have total here on the bracket tonight?
We have 165 registered players.
Whoa! That is bonkers. I was not expecting us to even get close to that number tonight.
With CRL and astronauts.
Yeah, like I was totally imagining that we were going to have much less people because of CRL and because of that astronauts tournament happening tonight. But whoa, man, we got a lot of people. Jeez.
And not just a lot of people, but we got a lot of good people too.
Yeah, that was the other thing that shocked me. I was like, wow, we actually have like some really good teams here who I totally would have thought would have been quick to snag those spots in the astronauts tournament. But nonetheless, we're very happy to have all of you guys here with us. We're sitting at 31 viewers currently. Holy crap, that is miraculous considering this, again, we thought this was going to be a slow night. But you guys coming in, proving us wrong. So Pyrus, he's going to be joining me tonight as our color commentator. He's going to be helping me out. I will be doing all the play-by-plays. We still have not put in that caster's command. Grr, I got to fix that sometime soon. But we'll be running you guys through all the action coming at you here tonight. And we'll be giving you as much information as we possibly can. Pyrus, I'm going to kick it over to you here for a moment, partially because I want to hear your input, and then partially because I need to move some screens around. But
all right.
Give me, as for what I'm seeing right now, it looks like we got about 50 teams. What are your top 5 teams? Go.
My top 5. Loaf, Bread Sport. I don't know if you want me to say Bread Sport. I'm just gonna say Loaf. Loaf. They actually did pretty decent in DreamHack Leipzig qualifiers. They've played in Renegade Cups all the time. They've played ESLs before. They know what they're doing. They're really good. I'd have them in my top 2, maybe not 1, but I definitely would say top 2. Lights Out. My boy Kevpert got me into this game. I watched his tutorials. He's extremely good. His teammates are extremely good. And his team overall, it's the most balanced team I've seen in terms of playstyle on this bracket. So, the other top 2 team, between Lights Out and Loaf, I can't really determine a 1 just because I don't pick favorites. AE. I haven't seen them before, but
they've got some good, solid players.
They're stacked. They have 1900 MMRGCs, and getting that high up takes serious effort and being seriously good. So, definitely a team to watch out for. And for my fourth and fifth place, this is another tie-ish situation. I'd say Topanga. I really can't pronounce these
I think
names. It's so weird.
it's Topanga.
Okay,
Topanga. Who cares? We'll figure it out. I'm sure someone in chat will correct us.
sure. They have some twos players, which is interesting. A team full of twos players.
Oh.
And I'm hoping in these games I'm gonna see some demo plays because I like them spicy demo plays, and that's a twos thing. So I'm expecting that from Topanga, and of course they're high G season twos. Why would I say that? And Team Concept, their roster has 2 assisting players and then a ones player. Scruff is actually a ones player, which I found interesting because I haven't seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
But their team plays well together. From the last month's stats on them, they're all playing to assist each other more than playing purely to just shoot something on net and yeet back to goal. They're stacked on assists across the board, but Scruff is definitely a ones player, so I'm expecting him to be their main striker.
Yeah, definitely when you're coming off of those ones games, you definitely have that tendency to be the striker. But we have been surprised by some. Like, we have players like the Car who have participated with us before, and surprisingly, he takes on this unique role where he switches between support and striker. So it'll be interesting to see where Scruff falls in that. And so, yeah, I'm curious to see how Scruff falls into that dynamic. Should be really interesting. So, quick recap. You got your top 5 teams are Lights Out, Loaf, AE, is that the name of that one?
Yeah.
And then I think I might be missing 2 of them. Who are the other 2?
Chat says it's Topanga. And
Topanga.
then Team Concept.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, so real quick, I'm gonna give my my guys who I think are gonna be top 5 for me. Lights Out, again, really solid team. You and me both can agree on this one. Like, they perform really consistently. They're a really good team. Just everything they do, like, they really stack up well. So it'll be really great to watch these guys, see how they work it all out. The only other one that I can think are... So we got them. I have another one that I'm really excited to see is Reborn Knights, because they're a new roster. It's just going to be so interesting to see how they stack up with the rest of the teams here, because they now have communisms and 2 other players who I don't know.
There's an opportunity, and thanks for the subscription.
And they also have 2 other players who I don't know quite as well, but really solid players. I've got some good word from them. I'm also liking the look of Loaf. I'm liking AE having Clavin and Hefty on that team. They're going to look really solid. And then another team I'm really looking forward to seeing is 3 Little Monkeys. I'm speaking really fast because I'm trying to hurry up and kind of get us finished on situations here. Duke of Chutney, thank you very much for that gifted sub. And then here, give me one moment. Pyrus, if you have anything else you'd like to add, go ahead and do it. I'm going to hurry up and try to finish setting up overlays and stuff really quickly.
Well, tonight we have a stacked bracket, as you can see. And considering all of you came out here, I want to thank you. Have a high five or a hug or whatever you want. Online hug from me to you. Thank you for coming out here and actually participating in this tournament, because we know there are some bigger tournaments going on that you definitely could be playing, but you chose us.
Or
so
even watching. That's the other thing, is like they could even be watching something else if they felt like it. But they chose us, and like we're extremely grateful for that.
Yeah. Small tournament over a big tournament, but you got placed with all the big teams. So.
Hashtag support your local business. Shop small. You know, you gotta keep it real. And then one last thing I think I gotta get. No, I'm with you though. People definitely could have been anywhere else. It means a lot that you guys are joining us here. tonight. And then really quick, I don't know if I gave you this, Pyrus. Go ahead and add me over there real quick so that we can pair up and make things a lot easier for us moving forward tonight.
Yeah, just send me the invite. Kind of forgot about that.
I think I don't know if we're friends, so I sent you my Steam stuff.
Yeah, I am.
So we're going to do that really quickly. Our first match tonight is going to be Copacetic versus Redwater Typhoon. You got any information on these guys for us?
I know Redwater exists. I don't really personally know the team. I just know that they're good from what I've seen and what I've played with them with in some ranked games.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to hop on into this match here in just a second. Let me get that all loaded up. Join the private match. I have so many different, like, tabs and stuff open that I'm just like all over the place. For those of you who are new here to Playing with Rockets, you will know that we are goofy. We like to have a good time, but we also like to show you guys some really good matches. So if you notice anything that maybe you wouldn't see in an official broadcast with other groups, just know that you're getting the special Playing with Rockets gourmet appetizer and all that good stuff, if you will. Talking food, you know what I'm saying. You get it.
Oh, ooh, I need some pizza. That is
So, joining us for our first match, we have Redwater Typhoon versus Copacetic. I'm gonna let these guys know, and we're gonna jump right on into it. For those of you there joining us in chat, we're happy to have you guys here with us. Feel free to do the ! bracket command to go ahead and take a look at that bracket. You can see where everybody sits and follow along with all the action as we go through it. But enough talk. I'm going to let them know, and we will get right on into it. Yes. So here we go into the kickoff. Copacetic immediately taking quick action. Almost able to put a net there. Not able to make it happen, though. Jonathan. Jonathan. I was expecting to say Jonathan. Going off to the side there. Yox going to follow back into the net. Ryan, my counterpart, he's going to head on down there into the corner. He's going to win out that 50-50. It is moving out to the center. However, Chantico Harel. Man, it always gets interesting trying to pronounce these names for the first time. But, I mean, both teams, they're kind of doing that a little bit of ping pong here. And we kind of been doing this thing lately whenever we had Hobbit on. And so I just kind of want to ask you, what do you think are going to be some important concepts and strategies that teams should be looking at here tonight?
I'd say conversions of pressure to lack of pressure, but still maintaining possession. I've seen a lot of teams that will just keep the pressure on constantly, and it's just, okay, well, let's hit the ball, because hitting the ball means we have pressure. But they don't keep the possession, which I'd expect more of, but seeing that the game is so fast, it's kind of hard for an entire team to constantly keep track of that, so I could understand it.
E.G. Vox there going to get a sweet goal as he gets that double touch off of the backboard. Impressive that he was able to hold the position there. But Redwater Typhoon, they're going to take the lead. But yeah, I'm going to be with you on that. It's going to be coming down to a lot of, can you take that pressure and really turn that into goals? Can you make those two equal out with one another? And we're kind of seeing it here, but already Redwater immediately picking up the pace as Cosmo picks up goal number 2. But we do see it a lot with these people as they come into their first match of the day, especially on stream. They kind of are hesitant. They shy away from making proper 50-50 challenges. So I think that's definitely going to be something we need to be looking for.
Couldn't agree with you more.
So Chantigo RL, he's going to kick that one out. Ryan going to send it off to the side. Such a Ryan move. And then Ryan goes in for that challenge. He's going to win it out, though. It's going to go back into the blue half. Cosmo going for a shot attempt, but Jonathan is there. Ryan taking it off the ceiling. Can he get the second shot? Touch there. Yes! He's going to pass it right off to Jonathan, but it's not going to be able to convert into a goal. Off of the cross post once more. And again, still not a goal for Copacetic. Really some good aggression coming out of these guys, though.
Continued instant pressure being served as if it was my coffee that I want from Redwater. Right when they get a save, it's just right down the field, right towards the net, all the time. And they're getting goals out of it. They're already up 3 in 2 minutes.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I mean, just a lot of aggression coming out of these guys right now. Redwater already with a 3-goal lead as we approach halftime here. So Yak's going to get the demo there on Cosmo. E.G. Vox is up. Oh, he will not be able to get a second touch attempt, though. But Chantico RL takes possession back. Jonathan quick to keep it away. And we're not really right there. A great attempt for a follow-through from Redwater. Not really seeing that happen. But at the end of the day, Copacetic, they're the ones behind. And they finally pick that one up. Jonathan with the shot from the mid.
Seems like a bit of lack of rotation there from Redwater, kind of just sitting in the corner, not really sure of what to do.
Yeah, they seem like they're kind of struggling there to figure out exactly how they wanted to maneuver themselves. But all in all, great moment of clarity there for Copacetic as they finally pick up goal number 1 right past halftime. So here we go. Jonathan gonna take it off to the side. He will have to move back as Redwater Typhoon take possession once more, just going wide. All in all, it's interesting because we're seeing some of the rotations just get cut between these two teams. Really, I personally would like to see some more proper follow-throughs in the attacks. Some of these goals have kind of just been a little bit lucky. I want to see some more passing plays, though. I mean, what would you say right now these two teams got to pick up on?
They're seeing like they're just testing the waters, but they're taking a bit long to figure out what they really want to do. They're all playing, of course, solidly, but the players themselves aren't going for passes or assists or anything. They're just getting the saves, getting the clears, taking shots, and then laying off.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be where they start finding some issues. You really have to make sure that you're pushing forward properly with that momentum. It just takes one moment and that momentum gets completely lost. So really want to make sure that they're continuing to charge forward with that. Chantico trying to center it up, but Jonathan, great backboard defense. He's going to center that one out to Ryan. Yak's trying to follow through, but he's not going to be able to get there in time. Cosmo just going to get tripped out a little bit there as he sees that whiff coming out of Copacetic, but again, no one there for the follow-through, and that is going to be key for these guys. They have to have that proper rotation. Great demo there. Yak's taking out Chantico RL. Cosmo coming downfield. Oh, he will miss that touch. Jonathan is going to get the touch back down into the blue half, and there's a great center, almost an own goal. Ryan misses the touch, and Yax will send it off to the side. Can't quite get the angle he's looking for. And there it is. Jonathan picking up goal number 2. 16 seconds. 16 seconds. 1 goal to go. I'm not entirely sure if these guys can do it, but I mean, it still is very possible.
The chance is there.
So here we go. 16 seconds left in game 1. Yax is up. Goes for the shot down. It will just get saved by Chantico RL. Chantico following down. No one back on defense. Can he convert that into a goal? He will. And Redwater Typhoon are going to take game number 1 in this best of 3. Really great play there by Chantico. He's just going to put that final nail in the coffin for these guys. So we now have game 1 under our belts. Looking at their teams, looking at how the rotation's going, what does Copacetic really need to dig deep in? What do they got to fix here for them to stand a chance to take the next game and not be eliminated in a 2-0 sweep?
They're cutting into each other a lot. Both teams are, to be fair, but Copacetic's on defense is doing it more often than they are on offense. Redwater was doing the same thing, but for the most part, when they were making these misplays and accidentally cutting each other or bumping each other, it wasn't in a situation where it would be entirely bad, it was the people that were back instead of the person with possession, so
Yeah.
it didn't cause that big a problem. But for Copa, it was the opposite. The person with possession was getting cut off. The person that was trying to receive was getting cut off. And on defense, they kind of just didn't.
Yeah. Well, I think the other part, too, though, is you kind of look at these stats here, and Jonathan, 2 goals, 1 save, 5 shots. It's really clear that he is the main attacker for this team, and I am not... I mean, just looking at how they played there, I think that you are right. They did cut a lot of rotations, and I think that's going to come down to Yox and Ryan trying to pull themselves out from... so one of them is going to have to come out of that support position and push more into being that second attacker, really trying to force some of these goals and keep that pressure up. Ryan, he had one save, but Jonathan Yox had 2 saves. So I'm gonna probably look at Yox and think, okay, Yox will probably do better as that anchor for the team, and Ryan needs to work to push up more and be that additional aggressor for the team. But we're gonna get ready here as we go into game number 2. Redwater Typhoon looking to get a quick 2-0 sweep here on Copacetic. Copacetic fighting to go to game 3. Cosmo gonna get a quick victory there in the midfield. Yox clears it back out to the blue half. Not going to get a great touch on it, though. Cosmo trying to keep pushing down. There's going to be a miss there in the corner for Copacetic, but Ryan will push it back out to safety. E.G. Vox. All in all, both teams, again, we're kind of seeing this ping-ponging. Both teams are really just kind of throwing it around. Really not seeing controlled possessions, which I think we just need to see a lot more of from these guys.
They're just banging it around or handing it off to a teammate that's not entirely in the play for that ball.
Yeah.
It's just hit it forward.
Just put a lot of power on it and pray to God it goes somewhere. So I really want to see these guys kind of dig deep and really start trying to possess the ball rather than just boom it every time. Because again, booming, it can work in some cases, but really not going to be an ideal way to play the game here. Especially as you start looking towards the matchups that you're going to find in the higher points of the tournament. So Yox, he's going to take it out to the side. Centers it up for John Chan to clear it, but John Chan will miss. Yox getting a nice 50-50 there to keep it out of danger. Cosmo centers it up. John Chan again going to be the one to clear it out. John Chan starting to fall back into a more anchor position rather than defender. That is not going to work too well, and E.G. Vox is going to get goal number 1 here for Redwater Typhoon. Oops.
Perfect placement on the shot.
Yeah, definitely a really good shot there. Able to just squeak it in. Worked out really well for this guy. Chantico RL, he is up. He will not be able to get a second touch as Ryan tries to clear it out. We're seeing Copacetic. It's such a weird name to me to say that, like looking at it. But we're seeing them kind of get tangled up. Again, we're seeing more of that cutting of the rotation like you were talking about. And I mean, is there any one person in particular that you could point to and say they need to kind of tighten that up, or is it just kind of like a general thing that you're seeing too?
Well, it's more of a general thing, but Ryan isn't entirely in the play when he's sitting back and trying to act as an anchor when Yox is actually pressuring, because that's typically what we'd see out of Yox in this match, that he'd be the one back. But when Ryan's back there, he's like all the way back on a corner boost.
Yeah, that's just not gonna work. You gotta get up. You gotta get into the face of your opponent, and so yeah, he's definitely gotta forego that boost pad. So Yoxi's gonna challenge for it right there. E.G. Vox. Oh, and there it is. Jonathan gets the nice tight angle on that shot. He's going to tie it up 1-1 a little bit past halftime here. Copacetic bringing themselves right back into a good position for this. But all in all, yeah, we want to see them kind of focus that rotation up a bit more. Really just tighten up the reins. Ryan going to clear it out. Great challenge there by Ryan, but nobody there for the follow-up. That's going to be unfortunate. John Chan, however, will be able to make it work. Impressive. Chantigo RL was going back out for that boost, just not able to get back in time by the time he realized the shot was coming.
They're keeping their pressure up a bit more this game, which is definitely paying off. But it's still not as tight as they need it to be.
Yeah, there are definitely still some gaps in that rotation. Definitely could kind of pick up the pace a little bit more. But all in all, Copacetic, they're doing a great job right now as they start to slowly work on increasing that lead. Great save there by Yox and Ryan. Picking up 2 saves. There's a shot attempt. E.G. Vox going to get thwarted in that, though. Yox.
Ryan, how are you getting so many saves?
I have no idea. I mean, man, I really wish that I was actually... I mean, who knows? I could actually be playing. You don't even know. I could have 2 PCs here. But John Chan, yeah, anything is possible. I definitely do play more of a defender role, so that would fit me. That one gonna get down to the side by Yox. Shot by Jonachan downfield.
Gotta follow.
Thank you guys very much for the follow. I'll be going through and calling out everybody by name here in a little while. But thank you guys very much for that. Yox picking up goal number 3.
They're
what
on fire.
A play. Great shot. Again, these guys are finding these really tight angles from the side. Just very impressive.
And once again, I'm seeing these corners. Redwater does not have these corners down. They're all getting bunched up over the boost, and they're getting goals shot in because none of them are there to save them.
Yeah, you've definitely got to, especially like when you're seeing a team like this who loves taking those sharp angles, you've really got to be making sure you're covering those corners. You got to be covering those side posts properly.
For sure.
So really going to look to them to kind of tighten that up. Chantico RL goes for the shot out to Cosmo. Can they get a second touch? No. Yox will make the save and clear it away. 14 seconds left on the clock, and Redwater Typhoon has got to kick up the pace. Great clear downfield, but a touch. That's not going to cut it. And we are going to go to game number 3. So, very well done. Copacetic going to pick up the second game in this best-of-3 series.
They picked up their pace, and it worked really well, but their rotation is still not that tight. It's working, but it's... I can't really think of a word. It's just awkward because their pressure is just one man's there, the rest are just somewhere else, and one attacks, everybody's back, one attacks, everybody's back. It's like they're playing some game in an elementary school gym.
Yeah. I mean, definitely that's the main problem that I'm seeing as well. Is, I mean, all in all, though, I can't say they did too bad when it came to the aggression. Total of 7 shots coming at these guys, not bad. They matched up pretty nicely with Copacetic to their 6 shots. But I do want to point out, Yox, he did step up and he kind of acted as that anchor, picking up 4 saves. Just really well done there by him. Again, I think it was key for him to kind of start anchoring the team a bit more defensively.
And now we're on to game 3.
So I think we're going to hold on for a second. I think they wanted to wait because one of them was having some ping issues.
Having 800 ping is definitely not.
Yeah, that's going to harm your chances a bit. But if they want to keep playing with it, we'll kind of go with it. I mean, we told them we'd be willing to change the server if need be. So I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to go through and thank people really quickly while we have this momentary break. Silver King, again, thank you very much for that host. Duke of Chetney, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Rebel. Kratos Slays, thank you very much for the follow. Chan _, thank you very much for the follow. And then Rammy Jammy, appreciate you for that follow. Guys, if you're enjoying this, please go consider joining us on all of our other places that you can find us. Discord, Twitter, Patreon. Go toss us a buck over there. It helps us out a lot. And you also get access to cool perks like our sponsor tournament that is coming up this weekend, actually. So you still have time to go join in on that. You just have to go toss us a buck over on Patreon or subscribe to us here on Twitch. Make sure you have your Twitch integrated with your Discord, and you'll get a special role, all that good stuff. Just make sure that you're checking in on all that, and you'll be good to go. I'm going to check with these guys, make sure that they're all good to go. We good? Checking in just to make sure. But yeah, I mean, Copacetic, they did really well there. Yax, again, I think he really needed to set himself up as that anchor. Ryan, again, though, he kind of pushed himself out a little bit more, but I still haven't seen him really take on as much of an aggressive role as I would like. Bro, our team is looking bad.
It looks like they're good.
Okay, I guess we're good.
All right.
Oh, he said that his stuff just sounds like it's really bad. He said that they can't even hear him. Well, hopefully that won't harm them too much. We could have swapped servers if they would like to. Bold move, but we're going to see how it pays off. I thought about doing the bold move Cotton, but I was like, nah, this isn't the time. There's another time for it. I'll wait for it. I'll find it. Ryan going to send that one out to the side. Great stop there by Chanico RL. Chanico seeming pretty frustrated there in Twitch chat. I think we're going to see him kind of step up on that defense a bit more. So this is game 3. One of these teams will be going home right out of the gate for this tournament here tonight. For those of you who are new, this is the Launchpad presented by Playing with Rockets. We're happy to have you here. We're goofballs. We know it. Enjoy it. Come along for the ride. Chanico going off the ceiling. Oh, he almost makes it work out. However, they will have a man back. EG Vox going to clear it deep into the orange corner.
Copa's playing kind of slow here.
Cosmo, he's going to pick up goal number 1 here for Redwater Typhoon. This guy's really doing a good job right now. Great shot there from the side. He's going to just immediately steal that one away from Jonachan. And that's what you got to do. You got to be looking for those openings when your opponent's trying to take control of the ball. Look for that small opening where the ball is just far enough from it that you can steal it away. Ryan with a shot attempt. Chanico going to make the save. Yax is back on, trying to go in for that attack. Not going to be able to work out as he misses that touch. Very dangerous play, but Cosmo won't be able to put that on target. Jonachan getting ballsy there. That one dropping down. Looked like it was going to drop down into the net, but Yax, he's going to come in and just straight push it through. So very well done there.
Once again, very awkward rotations from both teams, but it worked out for Copa and didn't work out so well for Redwater.
Yeah, and that was just one of those moments where Copacetic just happened to be the right place at the right time. Again, we saw that mess up in the rotation, but it worked out well for them. Redwater, again, they got to make sure they're tightening up that rotation and having someone there to follow through in each position as they move through the field. And Chris with a K, welcome to chat. Happy to have you here, man. And we see Copacetic really starting to get aggressive. They're starting to really try to push this ball through the defense. However, they're not doing as good a job at chaining the shots as I would really like to see from these guys. There's the shot attempt, but Chantic RL gonna save it.
Copa is definitely bringing out a lot more aggression and a lot more passing this game, which is really good. This is what we want to see from both teams, or just any team going forward.
Yeah, just kind of pick up that aggression, really start kicking it in. I mean, no need to be shy here. Great save there by Yox as EG Vox goes in for a shot attempt. Ryan just getting demo after demo, clearing out the orange half. Definitely, we're starting to see Copacetic get really aggressive here as they go to try and just keep themselves on the ball at all times. Touch by Chantico RL. Gonna go out to the side. EG Vox not gonna be able to push that one through quite the way he was hoping to. Cosmo tries to take control, but he's gonna get thrown away across field. Goes for a shot attempt, and he's gonna make it work out as he just beats out the final defender on Copacetic to push it through. Minute 36 left on the clock, and really good plays coming from Redwater Typhoon as they try to hang on, even with the iffy internet from their teammate. Great demo there. EG Vox gonna take out Jonachan. Trying to open up some space for some aggression. Not gonna work out though. Ryan with the shot, but it's gonna go off the backboard, and there it is. Jonachan gonna find the opening and get the equalizer. Minute 18 left on the clock.
Hit it to the crossbar until you can put it on target.
Pretty much. I mean, it worked out really well though, because they pulled all the defenders out of that play, so it just kind of worked out really well for them. Reach the top shelf. The casters are me, PWR Ryan, and then my co-caster here joining me is Pyrus NF2. Gonna have to... I need to, like, finish making that command. I still just haven't made it. I saw people do exclamation point casters. I was like, you know, I should have that as a thing. I just never did it. But yeah, it's Pyrus and Ryan. Ryan gonna clear that one out to the side. EG Vox trying to push it through. We're seeing both players there for Redwater Typhoon get a little tangled up. Just getting really close to one another. And Cosmo gonna just get the perfect touch on that one. Push it straight on through. Definitely wasn't a whole lot of speed, though. I really think that Copacetic could have maybe gotten that save. Oh, you're good, Wolfie. 31 seconds left, and Redwater Typhoon holding the lead. But Ryan is going to come on through. My spirit animal will make it work. Ryans are amazing. Proving it right here on the field.
Both of these teams just seriously picking up the pace and going for as much pressure as they possibly can in these last couple minutes.
The only thing I'm starting to see, though, is with that aggression, they're starting to just straight up abandon the defense. And that, I think, is where they're both running to those issues. This is already the highest scoring game between, like, for the whole series between these two teams. So, again, I just want to make sure that they're still trying to take that good focus on the defense. Great touch there. It still is in the air. There's a chance to keep it alive. It will finally touch, and we are going into overtime here. One goal decides who stays and who leaves. Jonachan going to neutralize that kickoff. And there's the shot.
Oh.
Yuck, so close to dropping that one. And Jonachan will get it. What a play. 9 seconds in, and Copacetic will be moving on. Jonachan coming in to clear it. Just what a game. What a series. GG's, well played. Copacetic moving on to the next round. Wow. So, look at the stuff. What you got for me, man?
All right. Well, first game, Copacetic was iffy. Redwater was definitely kicking everything up. They took a couple minutes to test the water, and then they just had a hard set plan. Just throw it at their net and keep pressuring, and then they won the first game as if it was no big deal. The second game, Copa completely turned themselves around. I don't know what they did. I guess they all ate Doritos. They're not sponsoring us, but, you know, they're good. Copa completely switched everything up, and they went out and they said, hey, let's stop having everybody sit on defense and let's send some more people on offense. They started giving more pressure. They'd have somebody sit back in the middle, wait for clears, and then they'd have two people pressuring, one maybe demoing. And they kept that up through the second game. They won, and they kept it up through this third game and won again. So the win of the series goes to keeping that rotation tight and keeping that pressure up.
Yeah, and like you said, we saw several times in which the rotations would kind of break down a little bit, wasn't quite up to snuff. Just very, very unfortunate when you see those rotations start to kind of break down. But ultimately, I think Copacetic, after they got their first, after they got that first game under the belt, I think they really did a better job at
There's an
tightening it up a little
opportunity,
bit
and
more.
thanks for the subscription.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think that they did a really good job. Just really unfortunate. Redwater Typhoon, they had the issue of ping, but they also had some other key issues that were kind of thwarting their game. They came out in that first game swinging though. Like I really was expecting much different story or just a different outcome for this match between them, just based on how Redwater came out in that first game. I mean, they just came in and just were killing it. They had really good rotation. They were just constantly putting on solid aggression. But once that ping issue kind of started hitting in, I think that kind of demotivated them a little bit, and they just kind of fell off from there. So even in those issues, though, they have to be willing to play through it and just really keep a firm head on their shoulders. Just keep pushing through.
Mentality is okay, well, it's not everything.
Oh,
but
it is.
Basically,
it is, though. I mean,
everything.
it's a pretty big part of it, especially when you start looking at things like momentum. You start looking at the swing of who has the game in their favor and things like that. Like it starts playing a bigger impact in things than I think most people really think of, and so it's going to come down to Copacetic. They took game 2, and that really helped swing the momentum in their favor. And I think that's ultimately what helped them carry into that last match. We already saw Redwater. They were kind of, you can see in chat there, just kind of banging on themselves for that loss.
Winning the game 2 in a best of 3 is usually what determines if the momentum will stay with you or not.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, that just worked out really well for Copacetic, and they managed to take that one. So, Bismo. Okay, so our next match is going to be Absolute Leverage White versus Anakin Gaming. I think I'm saying that right. It's AN1 Ken Gaming, so I'm assuming it's Anakin Gaming. Bismo is going to sub out because his controller's messing up, so Jakin will be joining the roster of Jason and Captain Atsuka. I can't say the name. He'll be joining them in that roster, and then Anakin Gaming going to feature Kilo, Junes, and Bumsy, with their sub, I believe, being iCold. You got much information on these two teams that we can talk about, or anything that you personally know?
I don't really know either of these teams. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know who these players are. I'm hoping they're good. Everyone is, because more entertainment. But these players are not seated at the bottom. They're not seated at the top. They're kind of in the middle ground.
Is the number, Absolute Leverage White is the number 16 seed,
There's an opportunity,
and Anakin
and thanks
Gaming
for the
is the
subscription.
number 17 seed. So these both are the upper area for this. So I mean, definitely it'll be pretty close, I think.
Yeah.
But you can start looking once you start getting into like the 20th seed and higher. You start looking at these teams have higher mechanic levels. I mean, these teams are all around going to be much different from what we just saw in that last match. But again, they're still not immune to these fundamental issues that we kind of saw with the last series of low rotation, not being able to continue the aggression properly, things like that. I mean, so really that's going to be one thing I'm looking at. And I know a bit about this Absolute Leverage team, and They already started their match despite our guy asking them to wait. So we're going to go into this match. They're already into game 1. It is 1-1. Here we go. Very unfortunate. If you guys are in the tournament and you're watching this right now, please go check your chat, because we have a staff who will be sitting there telling you whether you should join your match or not. We may have a staff member there telling you to wait so that we can get in and stream you guys. But Absolute Leverage White and Anakin Gaming, they're both tied up right now.
Please listen to us. We don't bite.
Yeah. We promise we won't. Great shot attempt there from Kilo. Just going to get swat away. 37 seconds left on the clock. Both teams very close. They want to take game number 1 here as swiftly as possible. Great attempt for the shot, and it's just going to go off the side post. And Kilo will get to it in time. Anakin Gaming holding firm. Trying to kind of go for a fake out there, but not quite able to. Y'all bite. Louis C. Lowell, no we don't. No we don't. You know I don't.
Only if your fingers are made of pizza.
If it's pizza, me and Pyrus will go eat some of that. Pizza's delicious. And so the ball looking to touch down now. Anakin Gaming trying to keep one final push. Can they keep it up? No, that one will touch the ground, and game number 1 going in overtime. Bumsy just going to miss the challenge there. Jason going up for the shot, and it's going to go up the side. Just going to go off the crossbar. Very close play there. If you could drop that one a little bit lower, that would have been perfect. Captain Atsuka going to get in there for a shot attempt. Absolute Leverage White, one thing I will say about them is Captain Atsuka and Jason, these guys are both very aggressive players. They both are just the strikers of this team. If you're not careful, they will end you. But Icold is going to manage to get a roller that no one is back to catch. Captain Atsuka just going to lose out in that 50-50 challenge. Jakin can't get back. So GG's, that is game number 1 going in favor of Anakin Gaming.
Near the back end of that game, Anakin was kind of forced into a corner sitting right around their net. All 3 of them were just hoping to get it cleared that would keep them from getting scored on. So that was kind of interesting. But Absolute Leverage got a bad situation where they were all trying to go back. They all ended up on the same side, and a poor 50-50 went right into their net.
But, I mean, really, one thing I'm looking at is, like you were saying, just really, really good stuff coming from these guys. Unfortunately, they didn't look at Smash Chat. That's the problem. Guys, if you're in our tournaments, please go look at Smash Chat. We need you to look at that. Please listen to our mods. But, yeah, Absolute Leverage White, they had a lot of defense there. They're turtling up a lot. When you get to the point of having more than really 4 saves, it's kind of a serious issue. And only, you get to 8 saves. Like, that's not a good look for you. It's something to be very worried about. But, I know we didn't get to see a whole lot, but is there anything really outside of that you'd say that Absolute Leverage White should try and kind of fix up? Any critique for them?
Keep down the pressure a bit. I know this sounds kind of awkward, but their pressure seems a bit overdone. Like, your overcooked meat, you don't like that steak when it's overcooked. It's just not that good. Because they have the pressure there, but they go for so much that it causes them to be out of position, and that's what cost them game 1.
Yeah, you start having those openings in the back line and various other gaps in that rotation. That's not going to work out too well for you. But yeah, I definitely get what you mean there. Just if you're too aggressive, you're not going to be making sure that you're monitoring that defense appropriately. And I think that's going to be an issue that Absolute Leverage is going to have to tighten up here.
Absolute game killer.
Shot attempt. Jakin going to get the demo there on Kilo. Shot downfield. Jakin going to go up after it. Trying to clear it out. He sees iColt coming in for the challenge. They'll both go for the whiff there. Captain Atsuka getting aggressive. He goes for the shot, and no one able to get back in time. Captain Atsuka going to pick up goal number 1 here for Absolute Leverage White. Great attack there. They're going to see a nice opening there in that backline defense. So 3 minutes, 54 seconds left on the clock here in Game 2. And Absolute Leverage White trying to pick up aggression so that they can hopefully take this next game. Shot from Colt. Not going to be good. And there's the shot attempt. Bumsy going to go in for it, but Jason will pick up the save. Captain Atsuka. We see them starting to really try to pick things up a bit, but not too much really turning out for them at the moment. Again, we're kind of seeing that ping pong effect that you really see a lot when the teams aren't entirely sure of how they want to move forward.
Two players back in net. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you're trying to keep pushing that rotation. You got to make sure that you're not letting your 2 guys sit next to each other. Really, if you get to a point where 2 guys are sitting next to each other, you're gonna be facing some issues on that. So there it is. Captain Atsuka going after that one, trying to go for the challenge on Colt. He's going to force him to move the ball out. Jakin going to be able to get a great challenge because of that. Bumsy takes it away. Trying to get the shot back out to Colt. Passes it out to the mid. He's looking for Kilo. Kilo not going to be able to fool Captain Atsuka for very long. Jakin is up. He's going to just let that one drop down. Great touch there by Absolute Leverage White. Going to go off the side post. Jason can't push it through. There's a second attempt. Again, not going to be able to force it through. Absolute Leverage getting a couple shots there, but none of them able to find their way through to the back of the net. iColt coming up with the touch. Starting to get kind of bumped around, but Captain Atsuka will pick up a save. Jakin is behind Captain Atsuka, ready for the follow through. He's going to try and get that one back out to Jason, but he can't quite do it. And, oh, there's a shot attempt, but Bumsy can't get it through. 1-0 still with 1:27 left on the clock. Kilo is back out. iColt gonna go for the challenge. It's not gonna work out for Anakin Gaming, however, as it gets pushed back into the blue half. So far, we're seeing both teams really kind of try and push that defense, but so far, no one's really finding a way to break through them. Really great job by both of them. So far, Absolute Leverage, though, they will finally find the chink in the armor and pick up the second goal. 52 seconds left on the clock. They are looking to take this to a Game 3. Jason falling out to the side. Great touch. Captain Atsuka going to get tangled up there. But, again, there's an opening in the defense, and Absolute Leverage White almost picking up another goal. And really, both their goals so far have come from openings in that defense. They're really not doing anything too fancy. They just see the gaps, and they just strike while the iron is hot.
The rotation from Anakin on their offense is pretty solid, but when they're on defense, they're just not really there, because anytime they're put onto defense, from what I've been seeing, they've been trying to get into it rather than already being ready.
Yeah, and so that's going to be where you start seeing the issues arise for them. And as the clock ticks down, Absolute Leverage White will take game number 2. We are going to another Game 3. Absolute Leverage White taking that second game. We talked about it earlier. It gets really crucial in these best of 3s. If you can take that second game, you're more likely to take 2 in a row. And we see ping spikes going up hugely there. For
Thanks, Ionix.
Anakin Gaming. Jesus.
Seems like between these first 2 games, it's just awkward rotation, things getting cut out, and they're subbing in this new form of stick with this. But in the transition phase between this new concept of rotating properly, I know this sounds stupid, but this is what I'm seeing. Anakin was being kind of weird in the first game. They weren't really rotating, and then this game they were, but because they were switching from being awkward and blob to trying to stay consistent with what they were doing, I think the transitioning was slower, and that's what got them to get scored on by Absolute Leverage, finding those chinks in the armor every single time they'd be in between rotations.
Huh. Yeah, I can agree with that. I think that's a pretty spot on deal. I mean, once because it doesn't take much. Once Absolute Leverage finds those openings, like, it's so easy for them just to immediately go in and exploit them.
Yeah. Any of these higher up teams, they see a problem, they'll fix it for you, and their fix is just scoring.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys, I mean, especially Absolute Leverage, you have 2 players who really love to go in for the attack in Jason and Captain Atsuka. You're gonna have some problems, especially in that area, because when you are the striker, you become really good at exploiting defensive openings, like we're seeing with Anakin Gaming. So here we go. This is game number 3. 4 minutes left on this game. One of these teams will be going home. The other will be moving on to the next round. Jason trying to send it back out. Jakin not going to be able to get to it. We see a good rotation there in the net. 2 back, however. 1 not willing to push up and go for that challenge. Great touch by Jakin as it goes deep into blue territory, but it will get swat back, and Eichel is going to convert that into a goal for Anakin Gaming. Very well done. Eichel just being at the right place at the right time. And Anakin Gaming going to take the early lead here in the second and the third game. Our second game, it feels like their third. Great shot there from Eichel. Not going to be able to turn that one into a goal, though. Great bump there. Jakin going to keep Bumsy from going in for another shot attempt. Great flick.
Got a follow.
Immortal RL, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you. Eichel going back out. He's going to let Bumsy take the clear. Captain Atsuka is going to get caught out. No one back on defense. Bumsy can't get into a position quickly enough. And all 3 will make their way back, and they begin their assault once more. And there's the drop, but Captain Atsuka going to pick up the nice quick save for it. And can he make this one work out? No, Jakin going to get the save. Both teams really starting to ramp up that aggression. We're starting to see both of them quickly go for the throat as they go in for each of these attacks. Jakin is going to try and push that one out. Captain Atsuka is up. Great touch there by Jason as he looks to pass it back out, but we see a double commit there on Absolute Leverage White. Cleared out. Eichel gonna touch it. Bumsy is flying out. Kilo will get the demo. Captain Atsuka gonna try and follow it, but again, it's gonna be quickly pushed out by Bumsy. Minute 52 left on the clock, and Jakin gonna get the equalizer. Very well done, as Jakin gonna get that pass straight back from Captain Atsuka and tie it up. Game number 3, both teams keeping this really close, refusing to let go of one another. Anakin Gaming going to try and get really aggressive here. But again, we want to make sure that the teams keep in mind that they have to be managing that defense. Demo there. Bumsy going to take out Jakin.
Woohoo! Got a follow.
Fiery Prophet, thank you very much for the follow. Jason goes for the pass, but can't quite get the shot from Jakin. Jason going to let that one roll back. And we see everyone just kind of going for these touches, not looking to see exactly where they're trying to set them. Just going to miss that touch. Going out to the side. Bumsy going to send that one up. And Captain Atsuka, he is up high. He's looking to try and drop it down. No one is there, however. We're seeing both teams really just ping-ponging around, starting to get really scared as we fall into these last 30 seconds of the game. Colt following this one out. He will get challenged. He's not able to clear it out of the blue half just yet. Great challenge by Jakin. Really, Absolute Leverage doing a great job keeping it in the blue half. They're not letting them get too much aggression on their side. Keeping up the aggression. It's going out. Kilo not able to make it work. Jakin keeps it alive a little bit longer, and we are going into overtime.
Overtime after overtime.
Really great. I mean, just having so many close games, it's really good. Get to see a lot of good action coming out of that. Ayo, it's Nao. Thank you very much for the host with your 4 followers. Welcome to the stream, guys. We are in the overtime between Absolute Leverage White and Anakin Gaming. This one will determine who is eliminated and who goes home. Captain Atsuka following out to the corner. Kilo looking to drop it down. But again, Jakin going to clear it far and away. How long has it been since you still said it now? Am I still saying it wrong? Is it Nao or Nao? Is that, am I saying it wrong still? Damn it. I keep saying it wrong. Every time I try to say his name, I say it wrong. Jakin following down. Looking to center it up. Is anybody there on Absolute Leverage to put it away? No. Last man back on Absolute Leverage will be Jason. He's going to make that save. Both teams really trying to keep the pressure up, but we're just seeing a big fight here in the midfield. Whoever ends up winning that will start having some aggression going in their favor. It's looking like it's starting to slowly turn in Absolute Leverage's favor, but Bumsy going to clear it down and away. Oh, and there's the touch from Kilo as it goes back out to the side. Jakin starting to try and get aggressive. Colt not going to be able to make it work out. Touch from Jason. So it goes out to the side. Again, both teams just kind of ping-ponging. We're really not seeing controlled plays out of their halves. There's a shot attempt. Colt can't get it to it in time.
At the start of the series, well, not series, but game rather, Anakin Gaming was definitely putting on as much pressure as they could. They got that nice little counterattack, got that redirect, got that in, but then that died, and then they kind of just went passive. And then Absolute Leverage saw that, they picked up a goal, and then they did the same thing. They're all just going back to ping-ponging around and not playing structured.
Yeah, no team's really looking to make plays here, and that's going to be where you start finding issues. I mean, you have to be making plays here. The team that really starts trying to make some plays happen for themselves, they're going to be the one who ends up taking this, like, hands down. With this much ping-ponging, I can understand, like, It's now 3 minutes into overtime. This determines who stays and who leaves. You gotta be feeling jittery, but you still have to make sure that you're playing proper Rocket League, and we're just really not seeing that from both of these teams.
Nerves of steel. Buy now, $24.99.
And there it is. iColt gonna be the one who makes it through finally. After a long 3 minutes in Game 3, iColt will secure the victory here for Anakin Gaming. Absolute Leverage White will be sent packing. So,
just gonna give them a quick message about reading the chat when they're in Smash.
So, between everything that we looked at, what would you give as the takeaway here for Absolute Leverage White? I mean, a lot of things, obviously. We kind of talked about some of those in depth. But if you had to pick one, what would be the big deal that they've got to fix up as they come into next tournaments with us and move into other tournaments in the future?
Please don't rotate on the same side as your other teammates. Do not go in a straight line. I saw that a lot, and that is very bad. Of course, in some situations, not a lot, but a few, that can help you more than it would if you did proper rotation, whatever you want to say that is. But if you and another teammate are going on the same straight line, you're going to be going for the same boost, you're going to be going in the same direction and end up in the same place. That leads to bumping your teammates, going for a challenge you shouldn't, your teammate going for a challenge they shouldn't, or a double commit where you both bump each other, the ball's floating right there, they score, and you just sit there and spam what a save. So don't do that.
Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to agree with you on that one. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining us, please do ! bracket, and you can go check that out right now. See how things are shaping up in the tournament right now. We are going into round 3, if I can recall correctly what I just looked at. It's one of those things that you kind of look at and then you walk away and then you're like, what did that say again? What was it? You pull out your phone, you look at the clock, and you're like, oh, what time is it? And you didn't actually look at the time. That's what it feels like.
Go click those links for the socials because we like those for some reason.
I think I have everything that we need. So our next match is going to be AE versus Redwater Tsunami. What information do you have for us on these two teams?
Redwater Tsunami. They're not the top tier, I can say that, but they're good. I like them. I've watched them play, so I'm expecting good things here. Other team, no. English is not my strong suit, even though it's my first language. That kind of sucks. But I'm expecting good things out of this match. I'm hoping that the double commits will have died down now that we're in this series and not doing the very first games. I'm hoping that there's more possessive plays and not just, okay, bang it down the field, see what they do with it so we can figure out what the heck we want to do. Yeah. I want to see some more structure to this.
Yeah, definitely. The end of that last game, both teams got really hesitant. Neither of them were really willing to push for any sort of attack, and that was not a good look for them. Really was just not working very well. But we now have our next match. Again, it's going to be AE versus Redwater Tsunami. This is the third round. So after this, we'll then have the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. So this is the number 7 and number 10 seed. AE number 7, Redwater Tsunami number 10. So we have that match coming at you right now. Again, this is going to be a best of 3. And AE, they have Clavin, they have Hefty, they have a really good, and they also have Rabbits. Almost forgot about him, but these guys, they have actually won a tournament with us before, so they are former champions with us. They have a lot to bring to the table. Redwater Tsunami, don't know too much about these guys, but I can be willing to bet I think this is actually like the highest team for Redwater, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Redwater, they're putting their best out with this one. So hopefully they'll be able to take this match, and we'll see how it stacks up for them here in just a moment. Let them know to join teams, and we can get this show on the road for you guys. And so here we go. Clavin immediately going to get the first goal.
You hate to see it.
All right, so here we go. Only 4 seconds in, already a goal on the board in favor of Redwater Tsunami. Or no, they joined the wrong teams. So I'll have to fix that here in just a moment. Ramada gonna go for the shot there. Clavin will get bumped out of the play. And Clavin gonna get the demo there on Spaz. Rabbits looking to control this one out of their half. Ramada gonna come in quick for the challenge. Hefty will throw it out. We're starting to see, we are starting to see both teams really put their best foot forward now as they start to ramp up the aggression. Definitely not seeing any of that ping-ponging that we have seen already in the past games.
For sure. High seed teams will definitely not be hesitant.
So Clavin, he's just going to miss out that kickoff. It's going to go in favor of Redwater. Great touch there. Spaz not going to be able to make it work. Ramada trying to follow it back out. Keep it controlled for Redwater. Those of you who are with us in chat, I know that it's wrong. They just joined the wrong teams. Spaz going to demo out Hefty. Try to open up some spacing for them to clear the ball out of their half. Ramada is trying to go for the center here. He will get bumped away by Clavin. 3 minutes, 37 seconds left on the clock, and we're starting to see both teams kind of lower their aggression a little bit. Want to see them kind of pick that back up. Really, AE, this is a very offensively centered team. Clavin, Rabbit, and Hefty, really solid players. Want to see them kind of ramp that up a bit more. Hefty going up. He's going to clear that one out to the side. Can't follow through. There's a touch from Clavin. Will go off the crossbar. Not going to find its way in. Clavin going to get the demo there on Spaz. There's a shot. However, Spaz will be back. He's going to make that save pretty easily. Approaching halftime, and we are still tied 1-1. Hefty following up into the air. Not going to be able to make anything with it, though. Rabbit's going to have to make the play happen himself. Clavin, though, he's going to come in and score that one with so much ease. And that was just a great three-man play there by AE.
Much more possessive plays out of this game than the other series we've seen. They're definitely picking up the pace from here on out.
And Clavin, he's going to pick up another goal here just right off the bat for AE. Yeah, you're definitely right. These guys are just getting really aggressive. And Clavin, of course, picking up that hat trick. We're hitting halftime now, and already AE getting super intense with their attacks now. And after this next goal, I'm probably going to take a second to fix that really quickly. Rabbits is trying to center that one up. No one is there. Clavin going to let that one fall out to the side. Oh, and there's the miss. It's going to go above the crossbar. And Redwater Tsunami starting to try and pick up the pace a bit, but they are still falling just a bit short against this AE team. Spaz taking that one out to the mid. He will get the fake, and he's going to pick that one up. I'm going to take just a second to fix these names. It is killing me seeing them both like that. It's gonna bug me too. Cool. I'll try to fix it, Chris. All right, 3-2 with a minute 30 left. Rabbits goes in for the shot. It will just go wide. Clavin trying to get the second touch here, and Spaz comes at the last second, and he's just going to make that save. Minute 12 left on the clock. Hefty not able to make it work out. Rabbits going up. Oh, and there's the miss. Goes up, and that one is going to find its way into the back of the net. Redwater Tsunami tying it up with 55 seconds left on the clock. AE just having a bit of a mix-up there. So 55 seconds left here in game number 1. Spaz with the touch out to the side. Gonna try and pass that one out. Hefty trying to go for the center here for AE. Not gonna be able to make it work out. Again, Clavin coming in for the second round of attacks, but no one to follow that one through. And I think that's gonna be a big problem here for AE. We're starting to see them have their rotations fall a little too far apart. No one there to really follow through and keep the attack moving.
In the start, they were definitely solid, but now that the game's progressed, they seem to have died down and tried to play more passively or buy time for other things.
So really great job. Redwater Tsunami will get the lead now, 4-3. 17 seconds left on the clock, and that has got to feel good for these guys. AE having only 17 seconds to get that point back, and this may just make it possible if they can push it through. Clavin gonna lose out in that 50-50. Clavin taking it above. Taken out to the side. Is anyone there on AE? That one will touch down, and game number 1 is gonna go to Redwater Tsunami. So really good stuff that we're seeing out of these guys. Want to look at AE though. 9 shots total, 7 of which coming from Clavin alone. I mean, this guy was an attacking monster.
This dude is going off, but his continued aggression seems to be a problem for the rest of his team, as if it's an overcommitting situation. It doesn't look like it's that bad when you're watching the game, but if you're paying attention to his teammates and not so much Clavin himself, they're kind of confused because they're just chilling there like, oh, okay, he's got the ball. Let him do whatever the heck he wants. Make him squishy muffins. Give him a title and everything. But they weren't playing as a team for the first minute and a half, minute 45. They came back after starting to make those plays, but they died off of that really quickly, and that was quite interesting.
Keep on talking. Sorry, I had to. It's for some reason kicked us out.
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird. But their aggression was good when they started playing as a team, but when they started doing that, they were overcommitting as a team instead of just Clavin himself, and having 3 people overcommit is a lot worse than 1. And Redwater just came in and was like, oh, hey, you have open nets. You know what we do with open nets? We score, and they scored.
Yeah, and I mean, it worked out pretty well there for them. Clapper, oh, there you go. I was going to say, remove that last little bit. I mean, again, Clavin, he was that main attacker for them, but at the same time, it was really odd to see Okay, they fixed it. I got worried for a sec. Cool. There they go. All right, we're good to go. So here we're gonna switch the overlay. We're back here for you guys. Hello. But yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. Clavin, though, you just can't have him being the main attacker here. You gotta have a team effort, and I think that's where A&E can struggle at times. Is they get so set on relying on whoever's feeling hot in that moment, and I don't think that's just gonna work too well, especially when you start looking at playing teams like Lights Out, who they synergize really well with one another. They're a team that it's really tough to expect much from the opponent because they can get the chaining of the attacks so well. So really, AE, Red Water Tsunami, whoever wins this, they're going to have a big uphill battle against some of these other teams later on in the bracket if they don't kind of fix up some of these basic issues that we're seeing.
Yeah. The further you go within a bracket without fixing your crucial errors that are causing you to get scored on through those matches you play, the worse it's going to end up for you, because if you don't fix those early and you go against the top seeded teams, they're just going to throw everything at you and you're not going to be there to make all those saves and get the pressure you need to keep yourself in the games with them.
Exactly, and I mean that's going to be the big thing, is finding in the earlier rounds of these tournaments. You got to look at that as the moment, find what's going wrong in your play, fix it as you go, and hope, like, the idea is just as you go through the tournament, you're playing better and better. And if you get to a point where you see yourself kind of falling off, you can attribute that to fatigue and stuff, but really you just have to make sure that you're playing better and better with each new match.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is game number 2. Red Water Tsunami just need to take this game and they will move on to the next round of the bracket. Rabbit's going to win that challenge. Oh, and that's a close attempt there. Spaz not going to be able to generate much power on that shot, though. And we're not seeing AE really panic too much to try and clear it out. That's going to work out really well for them. Clavin going to go for the shot attempt. Drops it down to Rabbits, and that is going to be goal number 2 in favor of AE. Very well done. Rabbit's just going to pick up that pass so nicely. We're at 2 minutes 58 left on the clock. Clavin going to pass that one out to the side. Birdo RL is trying to follow out. He's looking for a moment to clear it away. And right there, he's going to go and take that one away from Spaz, actually. Gets the flick. He's looking for a pass. Spaz going to get the demo, or going to get demoed by Hefty, and Ramadan going to get the demo there on Rabbits. And again, nothing able to come of it. We're now hitting halftime, and Redwater still down 2 points. Clavin gonna get the demo there on Birdo RL. Great touch. Ramada is gonna go out to the side, and Clavin is just gonna be able to just sneak that one away from him. Rabbits with the great clear off the side post. Birdo RL is rotating into the back. Spaz is up. He cannot get the second attempt, and there's Ramada. Will go off the crossbar. Pass out to Ramadan, and Birdo actually going to make the save. It looked like that may have been able to go in had he not touched it. Plain Chicken, we're happy to have you, man. I'm sorry about your dropless watching spree, but we're happy to have you. And Clavin going to pick up goal number 3 with 1:36 left on the clock. AE looking solid right now.
They've definitely kicked back from having that over-aggressive offense, and they put one man back and kept him in a position that works well. Right around those 2 middle boost lines, they'd have their third camping for that big clear from English Redwater. And having that third there is giving them plenty of counterattack plays right off of the clears, and they're getting serious aggression out of this. They're up by 3, and there's only 1 minute left for Redwater to try and make a comeback.
So here we go with a minute left. Rabbit's just going to miss that touch. Oh, and that one almost going to find its way through. Redwater cannot get the goal. Oh, it's Stanless. And Hefty picking up goal number 4 here for AE. And these guys just really kicking it back up a notch. "50 seconds left on the clock. Clavin is up. Rabbit's falling back into the defense. He will make that save right there at the side, but Spaz going to be able to come through and get the shot. Still with 4-1 and 37 seconds left. It's not looking too promising for Redwater here in game 2. Clavin going to pop that one up high. Great touch there, down to the side. Hefty will send it off. Rabbits is out. And Berto RL trying to push it back down into the blue half. Can't quite get it there. Clavin is out. He's going to sit back on that defense. And Rabbits just trying to keep the play moving, but they don't have to do much more. Game number 2 is going to go in favor of AE here over Redwater. And so far, both times that we have gotten into this, we've now seen 2 different scenarios in which the team that wins the second game then goes on to take the third, but they've also gone to lose it. So we can't really make a clean statement as to who's going to take this one. But really looking at Redwater Tsunami, it is not looking good when you have that amount of shots and not a single one is getting through.
Seeing the aggression that was put on by Redwater, but then the defense that AE had to keep them out of that, those shots need to be put on target. Like, if you're taking almost 20 shots in a game and you're only getting in 1, no matter how good the defense of your opposing team is, you should take that and not shoot as much, go for more possessive plays so more of your shots will actually go in. Because straight shots are not going to work.
Yeah, you got to go in and make sure that you're making solid shots. I mean, at the same time, though, AE putting up some solid defense. Like, the sheer amount of saves they had, too. I mean, that means that a lot of the shots that Redwater was throwing up were on target, but they were still saved by AE. So all in all, just a really difficult situation for Redwater to find themselves in. But if they keep up that level of aggression and then convert that into another goal or 2, I think they'll be looking really, really good.
For sure.
And Berto, he's going to pick up goal number 1 here for them. Just a great touch there. Berto going to make it work out. So Ramada, he's going to be here positioned for the kickoff. He's going to win that one against Hefty, and Spaz will take it down into the blue half a bit further, going in for a second attempt for the attack. Berto not going to be able to make it through. And there it is. Ramada going to find it. And slowly but surely, we're starting to see the aggression pay off for Redwater Tsunami. But 2 goals in the first 18 seconds. Can't make too much of a call on that just yet. But Redwater already getting a nice 2-goal lead is going to be really good for them. However, AE will answer right on back with a goal from Rabbits. Right now, Jay Mayo, we have AE versus Redwater Tsunami. This is game number 3. The team that wins this will move on to the next round.
Lots of kickoff goals this game.
Both teams just really trying to take it. And that's good, though. If you can get the aggression off quickly on a kickoff goal and you can make it into a goal, that just, it's so good because that's really demoralizing for your opponent, too.
That is the most tilting thing that ever happens in ranked. Just getting scored on by a kickoff goal repeatedly. That kills your team's morale.
Oh, yeah, because at some point it gets to a deal where you're just like, how do we stop it? And so if Redwater can kind of keep this up, if they can get another kickoff goal or two while holding AE down, that'll help a lot.
For sure.
Clavin going to pick up the save there in net. And Beto RL, he's not going to get to it in time, but it is cleared way downfield. No one back on defense. However, Hefty actually just managing to get there in time. I think he may have actually just spawned from a demo. And it goes back out to the side. Rabbits going to leave that one out. We see two Redwater players not really communicating very well with each other, and they're a little too close. Not a great touch. It could be a goal, but just going to miss. Still a very close game. Only a 1-goal lead with 3 minutes left. Still very much anybody's game at this point. Clavin going to kick that one way downtown. Hefty is up, looking for the center. He passes it out to the side for Rabbit. Still nobody able to quite turn that into a goal. And AE, when they get those team plays going, they can just send them straight to the back of the net every single time. But it seems like they're struggling a little bit to get these going for them in terms of having the rotation to where someone is prepared to follow up correctly. Rabbits going up for this one. Kicks it off the backboard. Clavin can't quite get what he's looking for. Hefty, last man back on defense. And again, we're kind of seeing that ping pong effect right now. Not really too much happening for these two guys.
He's trying for a little bit, but it's not too significant because it's not having that much of a payout. They're making a couple touches, trying to pass a couple times, and then all of them dip back on a defense.
Yeah, and that's definitely the wrong way to be looking at it. You got to make sure that you're continuing to play forward. Just kind of, because that's how you generate that pressure. And we're really not seeing either team do that.
Take your second man and just keep him in a position to receive a pass and only be switching out your first and third if the first is losing possession. Because then you can keep possession up and keep up another player without having to move one up and have him lower his boost or lower his speed. He can keep the same speed and stay in the same spot, be able to receive the pass or just make an interception when he needs to without you losing any momentum.
Exactly. And Clavin, he's going to come through and get goal number 2 with 1 minute and 1 second left. Looking really good here for AE as they get that equalizer, much needed at this point. So they're going to bring it right back into their favor. But I am with you, though, of just you have to make sure that you're setting yourself up to be in the offensive position or defensive position, whichever one you have to convert it into, so you can react to the situation appropriately. And just as AE pick up a goal, Ramadan, he's going to pick up goal number 3 in favor of Redwater and keep that lead secured just for a little bit longer. 58 seconds left on the clock here in Game 3. Ramadan setting it up. Goes out to the side. Berto RL not going to be able to get a touch. And there's a shot attempt, but Rabbits can't make it. Hefty will come in for the follow-up. And again, we are back to a tied game. 41 seconds left on the clock. Redwater back in a point where they have to try and secure that point lead once more. Ramadan taken out to the side. Spaz coming in. We see both of them going up for it. Not a good position for them. Clavin coming in hot. However, Berto RL is there for a proper challenge. Cleared out to the side by Spaz. Still not quite good enough. 20 seconds left on the clock. Both teams still tied. No one quite in that position to take the lead. Clavin with a boomer downfield. Drops it off to the side. Can they get that one in? No, Clavin cannot push it through. Last attempt by Hefty. Tries to go for a little bit of a fake. Not going to be able to push it through, though. We are in overtime. One goal determines who moves on to the next round again. We are having far too many of these.
All these matchups are so close that all the teams are just throwing everything they can at each other, and it's becoming equal matches.
I mean, it's getting to the point where it's just like throw the whole kitchen sink and pray to God something sticks. But, I mean, one thing I can say is it makes me happy because that means that our seeding is pretty spot on then.
For sure.
We were getting a little worried about that with the season reset and everything. So Berto RL following out to the side. Can he get the angle? No one there to follow through. Spaz going to try and take another shot attempt. But again, it's one of those straight-on shots. Not much to it. It's going to be a quick, easy save for them. Demo out. Hefty going to take down Spaz. Last man back on defense. Berto RL. He'll follow this one out. Very long downtown. He's looking for Ramada. Ramada. Just going to send that one off the backboard. And there's the shot. Spaz going to put it through. Redwater Tsunami upsetting AE previous champions. And they will move on to the quarterfinals. Really well done by Redwater Tsunami here. Just what a game between these two. AE trying so hard, but again, not able to generate those shots quite the way they wanted to. But we also see here that Redwater Tsunami keeping up some really consistent aggression with 10 shots once more.
Okay, who called it in chat? I saw this earlier. Someone said Redwater was taking game 3. Oh, fellow member of Redwater. All right, Coma Skirt, if I'm saying that right. You called it. I just slammed my mic. Whoops. Applause.
I mean, all in all, though, really good for them there. I mean, that worked out so well.
That series was seriously intense. They both tried to fix all the errors that we were pointing out earlier. It's almost as if they were listening to our Discord. Were they hacking us? I don't know.
No one will ever know.
But they were changing up their play styles. They seemed kind of iffy, both teams, not Redwater or AE specifically. They both seemed kind of shaky in the start of the second game. Then they figured out what they wanted to do. They came into game 3 ready. Both teams had a dead set plan, but Redwater just got slightly more shots that were actually on target. I said it a couple matches before, and they were getting so many shots, only half of them were actually saved, and the rest were just not on target. But when they put those on target, well, they won the series.
Yeah, and just really, really well done. So happy to see Redwater Tsunami taking that victory. And they've got to be feeling really proud of themselves, too, with that upset over the number 7 seed coming in as number 10. So that just working out so well for them. Couldn't be happier for them. We'll be seeing them move on to the quarterfinals now. But before we go on into the next games, I want to give you a quick word about one of our sponsors. Broken Gaming is one of our sponsors tonight. They have donated a considerable amount of money to us, and they are an official sponsor for us now. Broken Gaming is a group dedicated to enjoying Rocket League in a small setting without the intimidating hustle and bustle of larger Discord servers. They share and chat about esports news, host bracket prediction contests, and even run longer style prize events like an RLCS Fantasy League and draft. I participated in it last time, and it was so much fun. You have to consider joining them for that. It's a lot of fun. We make it really official. It's a good time for everybody. Right now, they've got their own version of the Manfield 1v1. I'm actually a part of that as well, and I have to say that I am god-awful. I'm coming in last place pretty much at this point. But it's still a lot of fun, enjoying it tremendously. I also help and cast the games for that. Casual or competitive, esports fan or not, if you're interested in joining Broken Gaming, you guys have to go check them out. You can join them by typing in !Broken Gaming there in chat. It gives you a Discord link so you can go check them out. They are a lot of fun. Good group of guys. And again, very generous. They help us out with running all of this stuff. So please consider going and supporting them. Again, that's !Broken. And you'll have a great time if you go join them. So going into the next match, it's going to be Team Concept versus that's actually the name. wasn't really trying to say the name, but it worked out. So we have Team Concept versus do you man, I have no idea who these guys are. Oh, Chicken. I know Chicken. He's good. He's a pretty good player. Lit Poppy and then Flexmo. They're going to be the team roster for UH. And then Team Concept is featuring Smidget, Dama, and Scruff. Again, players that we know very well. Scruff, we talked about how he is a ones player, and we were interested to see how it's going to translate. These guys, they've played with us before, and they always do a really good job. They haven't quite taken that championship, so they are going to be searching for it here tonight. But what else can you give us on these two teams? What lowdown, what info can you just throw our way?
And I just closed the tab that I was... Yay, we love bad mouse clicks. Well, if I can remember this from memory of seeing that tab, the teams we have here, Team Concept, they're coming in with their roster, and from what I've seen, they have a support team, as well as Scruff being that kind of ones player. I'm not sure how that'll translate in because I haven't seen their team play before, but from my experience watching ones players, I'd say he'd probably be the team striker, as many others would think because, well, ones. But from seeing his stats, he's actually more defensive. So this game will be interesting. And literally the team name, it's over my head, but Team has another interesting roster full of people that are all supports for each other, rather than having people I could specifically tell you one's a striker, one's a defensive player. They're all supporting each other, so very well balanced teams. I'm ready for this match, and I guess we'll see how this goes. Anybody in the chat, who do you have for this game?
Yeah, let us know who you guys are supporting. Even if they may not be in the match currently, let us know. We are always curious to see who chat is pulling for, because you guys always go for some of the teams that we don't expect you guys to. And then sometimes our casters, OG Hobbit last time, going for Drac Esports, team that we don't know too much about, but he's a huge fan for some reason. And it's so funny to always see how that works out.
Hobbit, if you're in here, hi.
So we are getting ready here. It's going to be versus Team Concept. Who do you have going for this game? Who are you looking to take it?
I haven't seen Team I have to say every time. Team actually seems like the team that I have for this, purely because I don't know.
They're that unknown.
So I'm looking for them.
And again, guys, if you are part of the tournament, please make sure that you are checking the Smash chat before you go into it. Makes it really difficult for us when the game has already started, but we're already in it. Team Concept taking that equalizer right there here in game number 1. I hope it's game number 1. I could totally be wrong on that. But here we are. This is game number 1. Team Concept and tied 1-1. Scruff is up. He's going to send that one out to the side. Oh, however, Smidget actually going to catch it and then take it back in front of the net. Bold move. It just happened to be okay for them. They managed to get out of that one all right. But again, keeping the ball in front of your goal for any extended period of time, not looking good for you. However, Dama, he's going to get a shot from way downfield. That's going to make it 2-1. So really good job there as we see Team Concept taking that lead, going from 0-1 to 2-1. So guys, we are in the quarterfinals now. So whoever wins this match will move on to the semifinals, and there we will go into a best of 5. Oh, and there's a great save attempt, but Dama's still going to be able to squeak that one through. And we see Flexmo. He goes up and he drives down straight onto it. Almost managed to get the save, but the ball is going to continue its momentum past him. Looking a little bit worried now as they sit 1-3. There's a shot attempt.
Pretty quick change of score from Team Concept, being down by 1 and then instantly coming back with 3 goals unanswered.
Yeah, and if you're on Team you've got to be feeling a bit scared now. Just a quick comeback like that is not a good sign. So 3-1, 45 seconds left on the clock. Have got to pick up a goal now. Pushing out to the side. Eagle not going to get that one to work. Flexmo makes the save. Scruff doing a pretty good job with this team right now. It looks like not seeing too many issues in terms of switching between his one play style and working with this team. Great shot attempt, but it will get saved by Flexmo. Scruff following out. Takes possession, going downfield. He's looking to try and just keep the ball away from the opponents as best as he can. 9 seconds left. It looks really good. But, oh, great save there by Scruff. And that is going to do it. Game number 1 is going to go in favor of Team Concept. So Team Concept already taking that quick lead, looking really solid. We see a bunch of shots coming out of them. And all in all, really solid defense, really solid support across the board for them. Whereas we go back and we look at Team and Flexmo kind of trying to carry the team. He's got the assists, he's got the saves, and he has the most shots for the team. And we need to see Eagle and Josh or Squasher kind of step it up a bit.
They seem kind of just forced into a corner at the last, well, really just the only minute of the game that we saw. They had the lead. We didn't see how that happened, but we joined the match and Concept scored an equalizer. Then Concept got another goal, got the lead, and then they got another, and the pressure just stayed there, and Team just really didn't get that out of their half. They only had a minute to change up what they were doing, but Team Concept somehow managed within that singular minute to pinpoint the errors and get 3 goals through.
Yeah, just that comeback alone, just not only tying it up, but getting the intense lead on top of it. Just really solid look for Team Concept. And so here we go. This is game number 2. Team Concept looking to take a 2-0 sweep. Smidget taken out to the side. Great touch there, Eagle. Smidget going to send that one way downfield. Flexmo is going to clear that one back out into the corner. Scruff taking possession. He's going to try and look to clear this one away, controlling it well into the blue half, but Flexmo will clear it away. And we're seeing a lot of good aggression coming from Team Concept. Just controlled plays, and Smidget got to pick up the first goal here in game number 2.
I'm having some awkward lag issues. This is problematic.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I think we're good now.
And so here we go. Josh or Squasher going in for that kickoff there. Eagle trying to anticipate where it's going to go, but he will miss it. And he's going to get pulled way out of position on that one. We see Team Concept trying to organize a proper attack, but it will get thwarted. And all in all, Team Concept, these guys, they play so much together. And they have done so many of these tournaments now that they are going to be looking really good just because they have these really controlled plays. And as the top 3 seed, that's really what we're expecting. We expect these guys to be able to control it very well. Smidget going to take that infield pass and turn it into goal number 2 for these guys. But these guys, they play so much together that we really expect these controlled plays out of them. So we're starting to get to that point in the tournament where if you're not making very controlled clears out of your half and having a really solid rotation, you will get immensely punished for that.
For sure. And those controlled plays, we just saw one of them right there. Infield pass to banger of a shot. Team Concept is playing extremely solid right now, and Team Uz just sitting in their half, getting forced into defense for almost the entire series, it seems.
Yeah, and so that's where Team Uz is going to start having that issue. Because as you start getting into that turtled up position and you're not really able to push out of your half, your chances of really making many plays go out the window. So 3 minutes left on the clock, and still Team Concept taking a nice controlled lead, 2-0. Joshua Squasher going to get bumped out by his own teammate. Eagle trying to go for the attempt here. He's going to send it off the backboard, and Flexmo is going to help it go through right as we approach halftime. 2 minutes 45 left on the clock, 1-2. Great play there. Flexmo going to help lure one of the defenders out of net and open up some spacing for Flexmo. Oh, really? And Flexmo is going out. He will not be able to get that one through as Smidget clears it away. Great touch out, and there's a shot attempt. Nobody back on defense. Scruff. It's going to pick up goal number 3.
Being that ones player, he's just finding all those opportunities. Right when he can take a shot, he takes a shot. And it's more of a team thing, not just Scruff himself. Like, they're making passes when they see an open net to take a shot. They're not just banging at the net.
Yeah, and that's the biggest issue. Is you can't just be banging it out and hoping to God it's going to go through. Like, these guys, they make seriously well-controlled plays, and that's where you're going to start seeing that happen as you go into these higher tournament matchups, these higher-seeded teams. They're all really good with those controlled plays and other basic things like that. And so that's one of the things that's going to make you one of those higher-seeded teams. Joster Squasher trying to push it back into the orange half, not able to get it there as Dama clears it away. Great touch by Flexmo as he keeps it in the orange half. Smidget clearing it in front of the net. Dangerous play, but it's going to be okay for them. Dama clears it to the side. And there it is, Flexmo going to find goal number 2, making it 2-3 with 1:34 left. It's a little bit close still. Minute 34, they can definitely find the goal in that time, but just as easily, Team Concept can take the lead once more, or take it a bit further. Scruff taking that one back into the blue half. Smidget drops it down. He's looking for Dama. Dama cannot get that one through as Eagle makes the block. There's the shot attempt from Flexmo, but Dama is ready to make that save once more. Again, a save coming from Scruff. You're going to see a rock-solid defense coming out of Team Concept, and Scruff going to just bang it off the side post. Picking up goal number 4. 4-2 with 1:06 left. Looking really good here for Team Concept. Going out to the side. Great touch. Eagle going to beat out Smidget there on the defense. Touch by Josher. Still going to be a bit too wide. We see Scruff clearing it far and away.
From how things are going, this could be the first series that we're seeing that isn't a game 3.
Yeah, the first one where we're not going all the way to the final in overtime.
Have all the game threes been overtime?
I think they have, actually.
I thought there might have been one where it wasn't, but
No,
I guess
I'm pretty sure all of them have, actually. Yeah, all 3 of the games that we've already casted have gone to overtime. And Scruff, he's going to pick it up to goal number 5. 29 seconds left, a 3-goal deficit. They have their backs against the wall right now. At this point, it's just every man forward. You have to go full-on attack mode. No defense is allowed at this point. When you're down at this point where you're looking at elimination, you just got to go wild with the attacks. But again, we see them moving back onto those defensive positions. They need to just keep firm offense. Scruff is going to try and take that one again. But 10 seconds left, 3-goal deficit. This game is going to go in favor of Team Concept, who will be moving on to the semifinals, a place that they have found themselves many times before as they look to hopefully go on and take their first championship here tonight.
Just keeping that pressure, keeping that control. Concept was just holding that ball as if it was the crown jewel of England or something. They kept that protected and with them at all times. They could pass it between each other with little interference, and they got shot after shot to be converted into a goal. So, very well played by both teams, but I think Concept purely won because of the experience, having the, I wouldn't say willpower, I was going to, but the mindset of playing in a tournament setting like this, their experience going in, they know that they need to be keeping control of the ball constantly, and that's what gave them all these goals, and I think that's what gave them the win here.
Yeah, and Team Concept, again, they are no strangers to tournaments, especially ours. They've been with us several times in a row now. But really, these guys, they are just stacked when it comes to their offense. Like, they do such a good job with it, and they do a great job at converting those into goals. I mean, you look at it, and they have a total of 11 shots on net, and they have 5 goals out of that. That's roughly a 50% conversion rate into goals. That's really good. That gives them a lot of momentum moving forward. And I mean, really, the biggest issue that I saw for Team is the fact that when you come up against a team like Team Concept, you have to be willing to go in and make those interceptions, and we weren't seeing that happen. And I think that is where the offense and defense kind of broke down for them, is they couldn't pry the ball away from Team Concept, like you were saying.
Yeah.
And so just as they go in further, I would definitely look to try and make those stops earlier on.
At the very least, if you can't know what to do with the team you're against, if you're going against a higher team, at least try to put on some pressure and see what they do against it, to test them. And then you can go towards what you want to do with how you want to play your game, what your team should be doing, and all that. You need to figure out the weaknesses of the team you're going against, especially when you're at a disadvantage, whether it be by MMR or not feeling so hot after losing a series or whatever the case may be. You need to find the weaknesses fast and exploit them as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, Team Concept, they're such a well-versed team in these competitive environments that, I mean, it's just going to be an easy deal for them. So Team Concept moving on to the semifinals. We're going to take a quick look at the bracket now. So if you guys want to join in on looking at that, actually, you know what? Here, let me see. Do I have it set up to show? Yes, I do. So if you take a look at these, you'll be able to go through and see. So right now, we have Lights Out and Loaf Bread Sports. That matchup coming up here in just a moment. We're going to try and stop that match so that we can show you that one. But then we also have Reborn Knights and Redwater Tsunami going at it here in the second. And again, Reborn Knights, this is a new roster. This is a team that features some new players, Communism being one of them, a top-ranked player that a lot of people know of. So Reborn Knights, again, we are looking to see them go pretty far, especially being in that number 2 seed. And then we also saw here just now Team Concept taking down so they'll be moving on. So winner of this match will be going up against Team Concept. But all in all, seeding is pretty accurate. If Reborn Knights take this, we'll have had 3 of the top 4 seeds move into that semifinal area. So just looking really good in terms of predictions. Like we talked about Lights Out and Loaf Bread Sports and how good those teams are and how they are among our top 5. And then also talked about Reborn Knights as they are one of our top 5. So just really good showing here from these guys. You got anything you want to add on that or anything?
Oh, that was some strange mic glitch that just happened. Sorry, but I'm not sure how this is going to play out. For sure, Loaf and Lights Out, they have plenty of experience with all these tournaments. They've played ESLs a lot. So did Team Concept, of course, as you saw. Good old ESL Elite title for Scruff. But they've all played their fair share of tournaments and at a competitive level because, Elite. That means you didn't just completely flop. You actually did good. So
you ended up taking the whole enchilada on that one.
if you're making it that far in ESLs, and if you're going and getting wins against high teams in DreamHack quals, I can't really say here who the definitive winner is going to be because we have Lights Out, we have Loaf, and we have Team Concept, so it's gonna be an interesting night.
It is gonna be interesting, and I think if you're looking at it, Lights Out, they want this so bad. I mean, they have taken a tournament here. They took a tournament, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. They won one of our tournaments. But these guys, they come in and they're always one of those top performing teams, and they've taken it one time, but majority of the time they come really close and they make it all the way to that semifinal area, grand final area, and they just can't quite take it. So Lights Out, one of the teams that I want to see really lock in and take it. But again, we have teams that are starting a little too quick for us. Not able to quite catch them in time. Loaf Bread Sports and Lights Out going at it right now. We're going to bring that to you right now. Here we are. This is game number 1, and this is a best of 5 now. Now that we are into the semifinals, for those of you who are new with us. Kepard up on the wall. He's going to be monitoring that position a little bit better. And so look at these two teams. Who would you favor to take this series?
I have a really hard time figuring out who I'd say would take this series, but I'm going to look and say that from what the bracket is telling me, Loaf has played better throughout this tournament than Lights Out, so I'm going with Loaf.
All right, and just as tradition, I will be going Lights Out. These guys, they got a lot going for them, and again, they're one of those teams that once they start synergizing, it's a dangerous combination for anybody. So I'm looking to see Lights Out take this one and hopefully come in and take the whole tournament. Really, our top 3 seeds, I want them all to take it, but only one can do it.
Kevpert, make more tutorials, please.
Kepfert, focusing on his Rocket League career. This guy has been making waves, especially with Lights Out here. These guys have been such a good team lately, and they were just featured in the Renegade Cup finals. They were a part of all that. Those top 12 teams competing in that recently. I think that they made it to the second round of the losers bracket before being dropped, if I recall correctly. But Delta going up for the shots out. Great stop there by Kevpert. Great flick coming out of Kevpert. Just going to go off the back wall thanks to that redirect from Delta. And there's a shot attempt, but it will be thwarted. Mikey 12 going to kick it way down. And new addition here as well for those of you who don't pay too much attention to Lights Out. Mikey 12 replacing AJ here tonight. And I can't remember if Mikey is their sub or if he's actually like now a part of the starting roster. But Kevpert, he's going to take goal number 1 here. And he gets that long downfield boom. Just going to beat out Oregano, I guess. 29 seconds left here. Loaf Bread Sports need this. All-time pivot goes for a shot attempt. He will get stopped. Delta coming in. Quick punch downfield by Oregano. Kepert will stop it in the mid, though. And Vandre going for one last final shot attempt, trying to increase the lead. They just need to hold out for an additional 2 seconds here. And that one will touch down. Lights out, taking game number 1. So, thoughts on that game?
Very close game. Both teams were playing more of a, okay, let's be defensive because we don't want to get scored on and look bad. I'm just saying that. I'm just BSing. But, like, they're playing more defensive than just slamming on offense. And no double taps allowed. They're trying to keep themselves anchored and not overcommit to anything, which seems kind of strange, but if you think about it, they're not letting anything in. There was a singular goal throughout the entire game, and the deciding factor of these kinds of games is a singular goal. If you get one, you'll get either just a win from that one, or you'll get multiple, because they're keeping themselves defensive, they're not overcommitting, and their defense is always solid. So, very close game, very good game, and now we're going to game 2.
Yeah, and I mean, it's like you were saying, though, it can come down to one goal. Like, it really is, like, the teams at this point are so close that one goal can be all that makes the difference. And we've seen that actually throughout the tournament here tonight. Just so many close games where literally one goal, it comes down to that final overtime. One goal decides if you're eliminated or if you stay. And so that's the thing, is these teams trying to take this one goal very seriously. We saw Loaf Bread Sports kind of go for that last-ditch effort in the last game, but again, it just wasn't going to be enough for them. And so here we go. This is game number 2. Lights out, looking to try and get the second win in a row to just really bring the series into their favor and force Loaf Bread Sports to try and pull that reverse sweep. Kepert gonna win that one out and send it away. He's looking to try and get the touch here, but Delta quick to come back. Mikey 12 sitting in net. He's gonna clear it away with ease. Kepert dropping out to the side, looking for Vandre. Vandre quick to take that one away. And Kepert and Vandre, these guys so good about those passing plays. They know exactly where each other is going to be, and they have a really great work there in comms. Vandre popping it up high. Great touch out to the side. Vandre getting a nice boom on that one.
Woohoo! Gotta follow.
Birdo RL, thank you very much for the follow, and great game earlier, man. I haven't gotten to see how your match turned out with Reborn Knights, but very well done by you guys here tonight. Vandre taking that one off the side. Yeah, he is. Delta gonna get the shot, and that one will find it to the back of the net. Delta just gonna get the nice, easy little touch here and make it work out.
Both teams just locking the defense and trying to keep each other from making any possessive plays while on offense. But as long as you can stay with the ball, but also be in a defensive position, the other team can't really do anything until you force them into a position where they have to challenge. And at that point, you have full control, and you could just bang it and get a goal right there.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Just breathe.
Yeah, no, I just, like, got missed up there for a second. And there's the shot. Kev Pert gonna make the stop. And we see now Loaf Bread Sports, they have that 2-goal lead. They're gonna feel a little bit more comfortable with that. And now adding on to a third, Oregano with the quick steal away from Kev Pert as he just comes in. Kev Pert trying to control it, can't get it away in time. And Oregano just with the quick swipe off the top of this car. And Scruff, we are not streaming both semifinals. We're only streaming one. So whoever wins your semifinal match will be in the championship, and that'll be our next one we stream. So after this, it'll be the championship, and then we'll be off for the night. Oregano, great touch there. He's gonna set off to the side. Shot attempt, lights out. Already down 3-0. They gotta try and get these 3 goals back. We're at halftime now, so definitely think it's possible with this team. But Oregano and Delta, just Loaf Bread Sports, these guys are doing such a good job with the defense right now. Oregano gonna take that one off to the side. Vandre with a quick touch, but still not quite out of danger. Keppert setting it away. Delta gonna stop it right there in the midfield, and we're starting to see these players really go for those midfield stops, which is a really great move against Lights Out. These guys love their passing plays, and if you can kind of start slowing that down by just putting an iron wall in that midfield, it's gonna be working really well for you. There's the drop down to the side. Oregano will make the save. Minute 30 left on the clock, and still no goals to be shown for Lights Out. Vandre going to get demoed out by Oregano. That's going to open up some space on the orange half, but not going to be enough time. And Kevpert tries to make a play happen. Nobody there to follow through. Kevpert so close on that one. Vandre tried to come in and swipe it through, but couldn't do it. Mikey 12 is here. Oh, and he almost makes that one go through, but All-Time Pivot is there with the stop, and Vandre coming for a second shot. All-Time Pivot again, picking up another save. Loaf Bread Sports playing out of their mind when it comes to defense right now.
It's not the offense that wins the games when you get to this point. It is always your defense. Of course, you have to have offense to score a goal, but if your defense is not there, you're not going to get anywhere, because there's going to be so many shots that your opponents are taking, and you can't make those saves, those crucial saves in those moments where you're trying to keep a lead. You're not going to get anywhere. And that is why Loaf is keeping this lead as hard as they can, because they know if they can defend like this, their next game will be much easier.
Yeah, and that's the big thing, is if you have that solid defense and your opponent, they're taking shot after shot after shot, and none of them are finding their way through, it comes back to that whole thing we talked about earlier of like that it's that moral defeat. It's that morale defeat. It kind of just affects you mentally. And so really great job there by Loaf Bread Sports as they hold the lead, and they will take game number 2 off of Lights Out. So we're now back to an even series. We just find ourselves into basically a best-of-3 situation. So Lights Out, they found themselves in this situation plenty of times before. So this is a situation that they're very used to. Loaf Bread Sports, on the other hand, haven't made it this far in one of our tournaments before, as far as I can recall. So this is new territory for them, finding themselves in this best-of-5 situation where they have to really make something happen. But Loaf Bread Sports bring it in very nicely. Rillo Johnson, who do you cheer for? Really, it's a deal of your choice.
Just pick a team. If you've got friends on one, well, I don't know why you wouldn't go with your friends unless you're just trying to be annoying. But go with your friends if you know any of them, or just make a guess. At this point, these games are just I don't have words. They're just too good for me to have an expression of one's clearly better than the other because it's just not there.
Oh, I will tell you who's better. I think it's lights out.
All right, all right.
I have an opinion. I'm gonna make it known. Damn it. I'm
Well,
gonna call.
we'll see if your opinion becomes fact.
I'm still. Hey, I've been holding fact over the last 2 tournaments, man. You best watch yourself, huh? Been doing good with my calls lately. I still think lights out. Van Trey,
All right.
he's going in for that attack. Mikey. It's looked like Kev for some reason. Leo, he's gonna go in there. Oh, was Leo? Oh, they swapped out all-time pivot for Leo now. So Leo stepping in now. Rolo Johnson, you should cheer for lights out. Final answer. But Mikey 12, he's going to pick up goal number 1 here in game 3. Great pass there from Vandre. Leo trying to clear it out, but Mikey 12 quick to come in and strike while the iron is hot.
Woof, woof.
I'm telling you, man. I can't close the door because nobody else is home, and so they need to be able to like come to me. But like, jeez. It's like having kids.
You think I know what that's like?
I don't know if you do. Leo, he's going to pick up goal number 1. 4 minutes and 1 second left on the clock. Great touch there. He's just going to catch out that last defender. Kevpert can't quite make the save.
Let's go, loaf. Let's get this bread.
Get the bread. Hopefully it's discounted. Mikey 12 going to try and make a challenge there. It's going to go in their favor. Kepper going to get demoed out, so they've got to make sure that they're holding the defense right here. Vandre putting it in a dangerous spot. However, that one will go to the side. They're going to be okay for just the moment. Trying to build up a second attack here. Obtain the grain. Kepper going to drive that one in from the midfield. Making it 2-0. Great pass again from Vandre. And Kevpert quick to catch that angle on it. Oregano and Delta both not able to get to it in time. Delta following up on the wall. There's the shot attempt. Leo going to keep the save. Delta back on defense. He will make that stop. Vandre and Delta getting a double demo on one another. Oh, and Kevpert trying to fake out the last defender. Can't quite make it happen, though. Vandre pulled out of the play. Both Kevpert and Mikey 12 go in on the attack. Can Vandre get back in time? Mikey 12 will. Vandre just going to slow things down. Feast on the yeast. Oh my god, that just sounds gross. There's the shot from Vandre. Delta gonna make the stop. Kevpert is up. There's a quick touch. Lewis DeGreat, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate you for that. 2 minutes, 26 seconds left on the clock. We're now past halftime and lights out. Having the 1-goal lead. That's not gonna be too much. Yeet the wheat. So Wolfie clearly in favor of Loaf Bread Sports.
And there we go. We got more people for Loaf.
Great stop there. Delta not able to get the touch.
The only real question is, what kind of loaf? What bread are we looking at? Are we looking at white bleached wheat? Are we looking at whole grain? Are we looking at flaxseed?
I'm looking at like a French loaf. Like one of those French long pieces of bread, you know? Oh, great stop there by Oregano. What a save. That one almost making its way in. Great touch there. Vandere not able to get to it in time, but Mikey will make the save. Touch out to the side. Vandere looking for someone to pass it to. No one there, though. Keppert again clearing it out. Keppert trying to read the angle there. Oh, just misses the touch. Goes out to the side. Keppert keeping it alive a bit longer. Great stop there. Keppert again trying to keep the ball centered up for Lights Out to do something with it. Just nothing quite able to happen yet. Getting a little bit of ping pong, but Lights Out really starting to kind of kick up the notch on the aggression. 33 seconds left on the clock. Oh, great stop there by Mikey 12 as it goes deep into the blue territory. Vandere keeping possession there. Tries to fake him out. Not going to work. And 9 seconds left on the clock. Bread Sports have got to try and make something happen here. Final push, and there it is. Mikey 12 gonna pick up goal number 3 for Lights Out, who are gonna put the final nail in the coffin here and shut down game number 3 in favor of Lights Out.
Let's take it to game 5. Come on.
Let's go into another overtime.
Oh, please.
And
no.
there it is. Lights Out taking game number 3. Just need one more to move on to the championship.
What?
I'm just messing with them. We have everybody who's been telling and making it a meme lately to tell us that we should do best of 9s, best of whatevers.
Best of 69 for the viewers.
Best of 9 for the viewers, yeah. Best of 47s by OG Hobbit. I think we might have to. But all in all, some really good plays. Loaf, they had a lot of solid defense there, but again, we weren't seeing a lot of those attacks turn into a goal opportunity for them. Total of 6 shots coming out for them, but still really not much to show for it. And so really, Loaf Bread Sports is going to have to work to make sure that their shot attempts are really spot on as they go in for these attacks.
We need more yeast, guys. Come on.
Eat the wheat. I have to say, Wolfie, those are all very good. So Lights Out looking to take it right here and move on to the championship. They just have to win this one game, but Loaf Bread Sports looking to take it to a game 5. So Leo following out to the side. He's going back to the back. He's heading to the back post. Vandere going to try and rotate back. Keppert is there. He's going to kick it out to Mikey 12, who will not receive the pass thanks to Leo. Vandere is up for it. He will keep it out of danger. We see Keppert following up behind Vandere. He's ready to go, but we do see a gap in the defense. Oregano, he's going to exploit that and pick up goal number 1 for Bread Sports.
They've definitely got some more yeast. Oh, risk it for the biscuit. Okay, Wolfie.
That's
okay.
a basic one. You guys should have had already. Heading that one off to the back post. See Mikey 12. He's following through with this one. Gets the win there in the 50-50. Keppert will be the one who continues the move. He gets a nice little touch. Oh, and Keppert. The defense just obliterated Keppert, taking out not 1, but 2 defenders. Oregano just not sure what to do. Did the best thing he could, and Keppert just going to kick it in right past him.
They're trying to kick it up a notch, but it's bringing out some kind of awkward situations where one's rotating right through another one when someone's trying to push on either team. Someone's trying to push the ball after gaining possession, and one of their teammates rotates behind them, right under them, or right with them, and it's kind of awkward seeing that.
Yeah, just gonna have to make sure that when they're doing these rotations, they have a little bit of spacing. Make sure that they're having great comms. But again, we don't really know how that's going for them. It could just be that they're having some issues within comms, not quite explaining what each of them are doing. But again, you want to make sure you have that space when you're in those rotations. Because again, it's like you said, you have those issues of you're rotating underneath, you're rotating too closely. It's just a bit of an issue. Leo going for the shot off the backboard. Will be stopped by Vandre. Immediately kicking that one right back into the blue half. Mikey 12 going to miss it. Kevpert will win that challenge, though, to follow through. Vandre kicking it back. Kevpert was trying to get in position for it, but he got bumped out by Oregano. That was a great play by Loaf Bread Sports. Kevpert falling out to the side. Vandre not going to be able to make it work out. Great stop. And there's the shot attempt. Vandre going to send that one off the backboard. Kevpert following through. Stop. There's a shot by Leo. Not going to be good. Cop the croissant. I don't even understand that one.
It's weird.
Kepper trying to follow out. He will receive a challenge from Oregano. Great backboard defense coming from Vandre. We're still tied 1-1. Minute 37 left on the clock. Kepper following through. He's going to kick that one further into the blue half, but no one there to continue the push for him. We're starting to see Lights Out kind of back off a bit. Really want to see them continue that aggressive push forward because that's how they're going to take this.
Yeah, if they just tone off their offense and go back to being defensive, Loaf is definitely going to come at them guns blazing and get goal after goal, and they're just not going to be there for that because they're not a team that's made to sit back and do nothing. They're a team that's made to be pushing. So if they're in their comfort zone and they're pushing, they're going to probably take this game.
Yeah. Well, and it's similar for Lights Out. When they're not pushing, they're just kind of sitting back, all comfy, really not making plays happen for themselves, and that's where you start running into issues. You have to continue pushing the envelope, making those plays happen for you. And
yeah,
Loaf Bread Sports kind of doing their best here. But really, if Lights Out would kick up that aggression just a little bit more, they'd be good for it then.
But it's a point of you have to slow down the game when you have possession, but you can't slow it down to a point where your entire team has to slow down.
Exactly.
Ooh, biddies.
Oh, Dexy, thank you very much for the 500 biddies.
Oh.
You are awesome. Thank you so much for that. We are in overtime. One goal is all Lights Out need to prove me right. There's a close attempt there, but it's not going to find its way in. Oregano going out. Oh, and Delta!
Yes!
He's going to come through, and we are going to a Game 5. It is just constantly going all the way towards the end of this.
And we're going to Game 5.
Rolo Johnson, so the way that we do it is any donation that you make to us, it may not go to tonight's prize pool, but it'll go to a prize pool with us in the future. All the money that we receive through subscriptions, bits, donations, that all comes back into prize pools, whether it's tonight's or future ones. It kind of just depends on if it's something that's like we get immediate access to or something that we have to wait for. If you donate to us on the Matcherino page, that's immediately contributed. Anything else, we have to kind of wait for it to finish processing before we can access that. At which time we would then put it back into a future prize pool, of course.
All right. Well, now that the good old infomercial Ryan is done, this game was mostly just a hey, let's sit back game. They didn't make some serious pressure points from either team in aggression or on defense. They kind of just played this relaxed from both sides. It was just, oh hey, we're in the right place at the right time, so here's a goal, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
really wasn't much pushing at all coming from either team. Loaf Bread Sports having to have that great moment there at the end. But Lights Out really needed to push much harder than they were. It was just unfortunate to see them kind of sit back and just kind of take things in a bit. So here we go, guys. This is game number 5 in this best of 5 series. Winner of this will move on to the championship, which will be happening just immediately following. So if you're here already, sit back, have some popcorn with you, and we'll keep bringing you all this action as it unfolds. Vandre gonna try and center that one up, not gonna work out. Delta pulls out one defender. 2 more made it back. It's not gonna
There's
be
an
able to result in
opportunity,
anything.
and thanks for the subscription.
Dexy, thank you so much, man. You've been awesome tonight. Thank you very much for that subscription. Oh, Hobbit, damn it. It only tells me like who has a subscription, not who gave it. Hobbit, thank you very much for that gifted subscription. And Leo, he's going to try and get aggressive here. Not going to be able to get to it in time. Vandre going to interrupt that passing play. Shot attempt. Vandre again with the stop. Lights Out. Once these guys get going on the defense, they can make some stops. It's just a matter of making sure that they're continuing to push it into that offensive realm. Oh, and there's the bump. Delta going to get slowed down. Vandre going to respect the positioning for Leo. Oh, was expecting a touch there from Oregano. However, there was a little bit of a fake into it. And Hobbit with 22 gifted subs here on our channel. Thank you so much, man. Keppert following through. Great stop there by Oregano. And one thing I can say about Loaf Bread Sports, these guys, they make great 50-50s. Like, they make it pretty neutral for the most part, stopping it just perfectly to where someone can follow through in the nick of time.
And 50-50s are definitely a decisive factor on who can keep possession. If you're winning the 50s or even just making them neutral, usually a neutral 50 is the best way to go about it because your opponent gets thrown off and you will get possession because, well, thrown off. And getting a 50-50 that you can still control instead of just completely winning it and having some awkward pinch is much better. And Loaf is extremely good at doing that.
And there it is, Lights Out. Vandre gonna pick up goal number 1 here right as we hit halftime. But yeah, you are right. It's gonna come down to you have to be making sure that you're pushing that offense and that offensive envelope. You just got to make sure that you're doing all of that in the best way possible. But really, it's just going to come down to you have to make sure that you're continuously moving, keeping things flowing for the team. Oh, Leo going to get the demo there on Mikey 12. Close shot, but Keppert will manage to pull off that save. We see Leo trying to get aggressive there in the net. Oh, and there's the shot attempt. Keppert will stop it. Minute 46 left on the clock. Right now, Lights Out looking good as they look to take the series and move on to the championship. Keppert going to send that one back out to Mikey 12. No one able to get back in time. Mikey 12 just managing to sneak in and pull the save off. Did not look like he was in a position to pull off that save, however. Vandre trying to pick up some boost and get back quickly. Expecting a shot from Kevpert downfield for him to work with. There's a shot attempt, but Delta going to get denied immediately by Vandre with the quick stop. Vandre keeping it safe there on the backboards. Again, Vandre, he's really solid with that backboard defense. If he is up there, you're going to have to try and find a different avenue of attack because he will make that stop every single time. 48 seconds left on the clock. Still one goal on the board. Leo tries to make an attempt. It will find its way through. Loaf Bread Sports tying it up 1-1 with 43 seconds left on the clock. Leo! What a shot!
Did I call the game 5 overtime?
What a shot coming from Leo. Tying it up with 43 seconds left. Lights out. Just had to hold off for a little bit longer and could not do it there. We now might as well be sitting at 0-0. There's a great position there. Mikey 12 gonna not be able to get to that one in time though. Oregano is up. There's a shot attempt, but it will get stopped. Kevpert shoots it off to the side. And here it goes. We're in that 10-second countdown. This is where it gets a little bit iffy as both teams go for that last push. And it's going to go through. Oregano taking goal number 2. 4 seconds left on the clock. Just playing circles around the defense. What a play! Oregano! Pulling
Oregano
off the play of the game. So clutch, so play. Oregano. GG's, well played. Loaf Bread Sports fighting tooth and nail to come back from the deficit. They will win it. And they are moving on to their very first showing in our grand championship. Congratulations, Loaf Bread Sports.
I told you it'd be Loaf.
I mean, wow though. Like they fought so hard for that. And there are a couple of things I would look at Lights Out and say you got to fix, but really well done from Loaf. I mean, these guys really kept their cool. They kept fighting. At the end of it, I was looking more at the fact of Lights Out, they have the experience with being in the situation. Loaf Bread Sports completely proving me wrong. So happy to see that, though. I mean, they just played out of their minds. And Oregano there at the end, just with the clutch play to take it. Like, we didn't even have to see an overtime.
A completely unexpected series from game to game. All the games just being at the edge of our seats, not knowing what exactly is going to happen, just knowing someone's going to score at some point and it's going to be cool. I mean, what a series.
So well done. I mean, congratulations, Loaf. Moving on to the championship. We'll be seeing them here in just a moment. Want to give a quick shout out. Rolo Johnson, thank you so much for that $10 donation there in our Matcherino prize pool. Really quickly, I'm going to go into our next sponsor for this tournament. We already brought you Broken Gaming and how they're helping sponsor us. Next is Matcherino.com. These guys have been amazing to us. We love working with them. They help us out tremendously. So I'm going to show you some quick stuff on them really quickly. If you're a tournament organizer and you're looking to streamline your prize pool process, look no further than Matcherino.com. We work extensively with them and for all of our tournaments, and they can help out in a variety of ways. Whether you're looking to securely transfer prize money, create and sell merchandise, or receive some help in funding prize pools, Matcherino can help you out. They have a great staff with actual people who will help walk you through the whole process of using their website and the extensive set of tools that they can provide to us as tournament organizers, and you if you start looking to provide your own tournaments as well. Head on over to Matcherino.com and start talking to them, and they can help you improve your prize pool management and your tournament management all over the place. It's great. Real quick, I'm going to show you guys something. If you go over to their website, do ! Matcherino there in chat. You can go on over here, click sign in. You have a bunch of options. I'm going to sign in with our Twitter here. And so you just sign in whichever one feels best for you. And then down here at the bottom, we have this little coupon code section. If you type in PWRLP12, That adds 50 cents to our prize pool. It costs you no money whatsoever. Type it in, hit contribute, and you add that money right there. It's going to go right on up as you do it. And then if you scroll on down, you'll see that you can also follow us on Twitter, and that'll add 10 cents to the prize pool as well. So please consider doing that stuff. It helps us out a lot. It makes these tournaments possible, having help from people like you. So consider using Matcherino today for your own tournaments, or consider helping us out on our Matcherino as well. We are just now getting ready. We're kind of waiting to see. It looked like the other match was still going on, Reborn Knights and Team Concept. I don't think they quite have the setup yet on who has won this one. It looks like they might have reported it. I can't tell.
Nope. I do not see anything.
Yeah.
Still sitting at 0-0.
Yeah, so we're kind of waiting to see how that goes. Oh, okay, so Reborn Knights just confirmed to me that they won, so I'm going to go ahead and force the report through. Real quick, I have to ask them. All right, so just going to get the final deal from them, and then we will... okay, cool. So 3-1, Reborn Knights took down Team Concept. Very close game. That was the number 2 and number 3 seeds. Communism and Reborn Knights, again, just a force to be reckoned with. These guys coming in and killing it. And then that crazy upset between Loaf Bread Sports and Lights Out. If I'm not mistaken, I think they actually, like, do a lot of stuff together, too. Or they're, like, technically part of the same org. I'm not entirely sure. But Lights Out falling to Loaf Bread Sports, who are making their first Grand Finals appearance here with us tonight. Looking to see if they can take their very first championship. And then Reborn Knights looking to take the championship for the first time with this new roster as well.
All right, well, looking at the nerd fan base of Rocket League on Liquipedia, Kev Pert used to be on Loaf and moved to Lights Out. And their new roster is a completely fresh roster. All the original members moved to Lights Out.
Okay. So, just gonna have to fix up our overlays really quickly, and then we will be bringing you guys the grand finals here between Loaf Bread Sports and Reborn Knights in just a moment. Gonna just move that. So, between these two guys, who are you calling? You still feeling your bread boys?
Yes. I'm gaining this grain. They're gaining this grain. Let's get this bread and Loaf Bread Sports going to win.
Loaf Bread Sports gonna take it.
I'm sticking with it.
I know that they just took down Lights Out, and it makes me kind of want to cheer for them. But at the same time, like, this Reborn Knights team, like, just looking at the roster, it's really hard to root against them. So I'm going to stick with it, and I'm going to go with Reborn Knights. Loaf Bread Sports, they're the underdog to me at this point. I mean, Reborn Knights, this is a new roster, sure, but the players on it have proven themselves time and time again. And I think I'm pretty hard pressed to go against them at this point in time.
All right.
So with that, I just now finished the setup. So we are going to load into this match and bring you guys the final bits of action. It all comes down to this: Loaf Bread Sports and Reborn Knights finding out who is going to be your champion here tonight at the Launchpad. So if you guys have enjoyed this, please consider joining us over on the Discord. I believe with how many people we've had join tonight, we probably hit 1,000 people in the server. So guys, thank you so much for that. We'll be doing something to celebrate that pretty soon. But then also please consider joining us on all of our other platforms: Twitter, Patreon, everything that you can think of under the bright sun that is the internet. We'd be happy to have you there. Any support that you guys can give us, of course, helps tremendously. We're waiting on the Reborn Knights to join in on the server, and then we will be good to go and give you guys this final match here tonight. So guys, if you're in chat, let us know who you're cheering for. Reborn Knights, Loaf Bread Sports. Let us know who you're calling to take this match or who you want to take this match.
Now that we have our team set for who we're cheering for, how many games do you think it's going to take?
Oh man. I'm gonna call Reborn Knights 3-1. I think Loaf has enough momentum from that last game. They've got to be coming off of that feeling really good. But at the same time, I don't know if that's going to be enough to overcome this new Reborn Knights squad.
All right. Well, I'm going to say the same thing, but in favor of Loaf, because I'm just sticking with Loaf. I can't say...
Is it because you think they're going to win or because you want them to win is the question there.
Both. I want them to win just because...
So looking at them, then what is it that they bring to the table that makes you think that they'll be able to take down this Reborn Knights squad?
Well, seeing from the fact that the original team of Loaf is now Lights Out, and Lights Out had some roster changes, yada, 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 but the new team for Loaf took out the old team for Loaf, if you think about it. So, the better Loaf is playing against the, from what you said, Reborn Knights got a roster boost. So the better Loaf against the better Reborn Knights. So
that is
this
fair.
will be interesting.
Well, they had, so this Loaf roster, it is kind of new, but Leo, as far as I recall, he's been on the team for a little while. And I mean, let me take a look at these teams' rosters here on the thing, because it doesn't tell me. So Leo, Origin, K, and Delta. This is a pretty. I mean, I don't know how long ago this happened that they changed, but this is the team that, as far as I know, I've been seeing.
Well, yeah, it's been there for a while, but still, the original Loaf against this Loaf.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, just at the end of it, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, again, kind of that same deal that I said with a Lights Out of, okay, this is a team that is coming in and they are used to being in this type of situation. This isn't a grand finals appearance is not something new to Reborn Knights. They've been here before. The players on the team have been here before with us as well in that. And Loaf Bread Sports, this is their very first time doing it. And it's hard for me to root for the team that I think is... It's hard for me to root for a team that is coming into this for the first time.
Okay.
All right, so we have everybody in the teams. We're ready to go. Here it is, guys. This is the grand finals between Loaf Bread Sports and Reborn Knights coming at you live right now. Best of 5, $50 on the line. Who will take it? Delta coming in for a quick touch off the side. Com gonna get the stop. Com again gonna pick up another save there. Oregano coming in from the side. He's not gonna be able to beat out Relly on that touch. Great touch attempt, but Bluey's can't quite get to it in time. Was gonna be able to drive that one right into the back of the net had he been just a little bit faster on it. Bluey's great challenge. It's going to go in favor of Reborn Knights. Touch out to the side. Relly following through. Trying to pull out Oregano. He fakes him out. Oh, but we see a mix-up between Communism and Relly. Blues is back. Pumps it downfield. Relly looking to follow through. Gets a great challenge there against Delta. And that's going to be one of the things I think is a key factor here for the Reborn Knights team is Loaf Bread Sports. These guys were really great in their 50-50 attempts against Lights Out. If they can continue that level of 50-50, they continue that level of challenges, I think that they'll look really good.
I can tell you're changing up your words there from winning to looking good, just because
They'll look good. I don't think it's going to be enough to defeat this Reborn Knights team, but I think it'll be enough to lower the gap in skill level between these two teams.
Lower the gap and keep significant pressure on and make the games closer.
Exactly, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be enough to overcome it. I mean, just these guys, like I said, they're used to this situation. As far as I have seen, I mean, Loaf hasn't had a Grand Finals appearance with us, and in any of the other big tournaments that I know of, I haven't seen anything from them necessarily. Great demo there. Leo going to take out Bluey's, but Com going to come in for the clear. Great stop there, however, it's not going to work out too well. And there's the clear out to the side. They try to make it work out, but not going to be able to. Leo going to take the demo there on Bluey's, but kind of useless. Not too much happening with it. But continuing the demo game is going to be helpful. Bluey's gonna come through and pick up goal number 1 for Reborn Knights here in game number 1. So we're now past halftime, and Reborn Knights have taken the early lead. The crazy thing is, though, as you and me talked about this already, is these games can come down to just one goal. Literally, between Loaf and Lights Out, it came down to one goal to get here. And so and you're kind of seeing that again here, is that one goal is all that's keeping them tied up. In 2 minutes, that's still a little ways to go. But at the same time, that can pass in the blink of an eye.
For sure.
So, minute 45 left. See Bluey's trying to get back. Relly is going to be the one driving it downfield. We see Communism's getting back on defense. There's a shot, but Relly's going to keep it in safety. Com following up, out and away. Oregano quick to challenge off the backboard. Great job there. You want to prevent this Reborn Knights team from getting any defensive plays or any passing plays going for themselves. Now it's going to drop straight down into Bluey's car. He's going to pull out one defender, cannot pull out another. Leo going to keep the aggression on. And we're really starting to see this Loaf Red Sports try to kick up that aggression a bit and really bring it to the Knights. There's a shot attempt, but Delta going to get the stop. And there it is, Delta gonna pick up the first goal there for Loaf Bread Sports, making it 1-1 with 49 seconds left. Very well
keeping the aggression up to a point where it's actually getting through. And seeing the defense from Reborn Knights, I can see what you're talking about. They definitely have some seriously good defense.
And that's going to be one of the key things that I'm looking for from them, is to maintain that solid defense, but also start looking into more offensive plays for themselves. Again, this is a new roster.
Gotta follow.
So we don't know too much about how these guys play together. But really, their defense, as to be expected, is very solid.
Mm-hmm.
Com quick to come back down on defense. Oh, and a great save there. Somehow, Loaf Bread Sports not able to push that one through. Drop downfield. There's another attack attempt right there. Bluey's going to make the save. And here we go, one final attack, it looks like, coming from the Reborn Knights. Gonna get stopped and sent off to the side. That one will touch down, and we are going into overtime for game 1. Oh no, and Leo gonna pick up a quick goal right off the kickoff.
Kickoff goal.
Relly just not able to get that one. He thought he read it right. And Loaf Bread Sports going to take game number 1 here against Reborn Knights. Great initial showing coming out of Loaf Bread Sports. And, I mean, look at the amount of shots these guys are putting up. Doing really solid work here. Total of 9 shots coming out of them compared to 6 from Reborn
Same
Knights.
amount of demo plays that they were trying to bring out from Loaf. It worked. It definitely worked. They got the pressure in, and they kept the pressure locked on, and they ended up getting that one goal. They held on to it for a while. Of course, Reborn Knights managed to come back and tie up the game, but kickoff goals.
Well, that's the thing that we talked about too. Is it comes down to one goal. Like that has been
Yeah.
like the theme of tonight. Is just who can get the one goal. It's who can get that golden nugget of a goal that's gonna give you the victory here. And Loaf Bread Sports, these guys have been pulling it out. Like they've been getting that golden goal several times now, and it's been working so well for them. And I mean, already proving me wrong right off the bat that they can compete against this Reborn Knights team. But again, my thing was still 3-1, so I'm not totally wrong yet.
You're not wrong yet.
Not yet. So we're gonna see if Loaf can prove me wrong 2 times in a row. Communism, he's gonna make that save right there. We're now in game number 2 of this best of 5 series. Loaf Bread Sports looking to take it and aim for that clean 3-0 sweep. Delta throwing it downfield. There's a quick touch by Leo. Oregano not gonna read it right, and it's gonna make it an easy clear for Relly. Great touch there by Relly, but not gonna be enough. Delta going to get that touch off to the side. Great clear to the side there by Blueies. Gonna pull out one defender. They just need to get it past one more guy. Oregano gonna make the stop, and there it is. Blueies gonna find the opening from the midfield. And again, Reborn Knights find themselves picking up the first goal of the game and taking the early lead. Bluesy. All right, I'm gonna call him that now. Chan, you made me you made it. I'm gonna call him that now. Delta following out to the side. He's looking for a pass from Oregano, not seeing it coming, so he's gonna respect the positioning there coming from Bluesy. Delta firing it downfield. Relly, can he get a touch here? No one there to follow through in time. Bluesy not able to beat out that final defender. Oh, Relly interrupting the rotation from his teammate. Really should have been looking to rotate into the back half of the field. Bluesy not able to win out that 50-50 against Leo. Again, Loaf Bread Sports, we talked about, these guys are really good with the 50-50s. You've got to maintain solid composure against that 50-50. And there's a shot attempt. Oh, great demo there by Com. He's just going to open up the field wide up for them to get that quick goal. Delta not able to do anything. Really trying to keep it delayed so that his teammates can get back on defense. Com trying to get it past Delta. Delta gonna wait it out though and keep patience on his side. Shot coming from Bluesy. There's Com, he's looking out for Relly. Relly fires one off, and that one will go through. And we're slowly starting to see the Reborn Knights team come alive on the offense. Just driving that one straight home.
Shot after shot after shot is becoming goal after goal after goal, and if this keeps going, Loaf is just not gonna be with it. They're just gonna drop their pressure and feel in the slums for not doing that hot and getting clapped for one game.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is if you're Reborn Knights, you are looking right now, you're like, how can we try to break down this Loaf team? And really, it seems that their answer is just kick up the aggression, and it's working out pretty well for them. Delta, he's going to find goal number 1 here for Loaf Bread Sports, help kind of bring them a little bit back from the dead. But
As
again,
long as they can keep their composure and not get tilted or whatever, then I'm sure they'll be able to keep these games going. But if they lose composure whatsoever, Reborn Knights is just going to destroy them.
yeah, if Reborn Knights see that moment of weakness, they will just walk all over you. And so that's the important thing, is these teams have to be making sure that they're keeping a close eye on the plays. Relly, he's going to pick up goal number 4 here for Reborn Knights. Great pass there from Com as he throws it off the backboard. Nice, easy passing play for these guys. And we just see smack talk about Delta there in chat. I guess. I'm not even entirely sure what that is. Com, he's going to try and delay the play a little bit. And there's a shot attempt that's just going to go off the sidebar. Second shot in a row. Third shot in a row. Still nothing able to make its way through. Reborn Knights clearing it out. Great drop down. Bluesy is up. He's looking for Relly. Relly finally moving back into the defensive position. We're starting to see Reborn Knights again really come alive. They're really starting to kick things up a notch. Bluesy throwing that one down into the corner. Relly with the shot attempt, but there's not much to it. Leo going to clear it away with ease. There's the shot attempt. It's going to go off the side post again. Loaf are denied a goal. Just can't quite put it on target. 1 minute left, and Loaf Bread Sports have to start putting something on the board for themselves. There's a great bump there in net, but it's not going to be enough to slow calm down. Calm popping that one up off the 50-50, and he's there to follow it through. Can Relly get to it in time? Great 50-50 in favor of Relly. Bluesy. Oh, Bluesy. He's going to forego that attempt. Stay a little further back. Relly trying to make that one work, but it's just going off the side posts. And really, Reborn Knights, these guys are starting to get really aggressive now. They're starting to hit their vibe. They're starting to just really find where they need to be on the field.
And if they keep that up, they're just going to take the rest of the series.
There it is, Leo clearing out to the side. And with this one, Reborn Knights, they will be taking game number 2. So Loaf Bread Sports, they've got a couple things to work on. But what's the one big thing here that you think is hurting them?
They're kind of trying to pressure too much at points where it's like, okay, well, hit the ball upfield. Don't just pass it to your friends and try and make plays. They were kind of falling apart and just going for straight shots. And against the Reborn Knights, it's just not going to work.
Well, I think that was definitely part of the problem. One thing I can say that I'm surprised looking at this Reborn Knights roster, though, is surprisingly, Communism is actually acting as the anchor and support of this team. He's really just he's just that third guy really helping form the plays. He's helping make everything happen for them. 4 assists. Every single goal, he had a hand in it. And he's doing such a good job with that. And it's very surprising because I was expecting Communisms to actually be one of the strikers for this team. But instead, he's letting Bluesy and Relly really take the reins on that and just do whatever he can to provide the tools necessary for them to do their thing. And that is pretty refreshing to see. And I think that is going to be a huge problem for Loaf, because what I'm seeing is they have to start looking at ways to shut down Communisms. Because if they don't shut him down, he's allowed to keep running wild and just doing what he wants to help his team, they're going to be in a desperate situation.
Communism is the best ism. You heard it here.
Yes, Chris, this is the finals. Both teams now have 1 victory on their belt. Oregano, he's going to pick up goal number 1 here for Loaf Bread Sports as they take the lead in game 3.
Let's get this bread.
So 4 minutes 45 left on the clock, just 15 seconds in, and Loaf already have a goal. Great stop there in the side. Quick touch out to the side. Oregano getting the demo there on Relly. We're starting to see them try to pick up some of that demo play. We see all three Reborn Knights players getting kind of tangled up there in the side, but they will manage to clear it away. Great quick clear between Communisms and Bluesy. Communisms following away. Oh, and what a stop there by Relly. Keeping things safe for the Reborn Knights. Touch out to the side by Oregano. Looking to try and set up a play here. He goes for the center. But Reborn Knights quick to shut that down. Communism's going to get the demo there on Delta. Leo having to compete against 3 players all at once, waiting for some help from his teammates. Oregano goes for a shot, and that one will squeak its way through as it goes in between the side posts.
They kicked on the pressure this game, and I'm liking it. Because I need my boys at Loaf to win.
Loaf Bread Sports definitely coming in like a different team already. Down to the side. Touched by Communisms. Communism's throwing it up high. Leo looking to touch it in. Oh, so close, but Relly able to get that save. Reborn Knights are down 2 goals. We're approaching that halfway point in the game. So they need to start looking to pick up a goal pretty quickly to help give themselves a chance. Oregano ready to make that stop, though. Not going to let them trick him too easily. Communisms is up. He will miss that touch, however, but Relly ready to fire through. We just have all sorts of chants going on there in chat in favor of Loaf Bread Sports.
I've started something.
Delta with the shot out. Quick clear by Relly. However, Oregano's going to quickly boom it right back into their half. Spam the shite to help the Knights. Looking for a touch. Oh, so close. Relly almost able to force that one through, but just gets stopped short of it. Communism's there to make the stop. Quick pump downfield. He's looking to try and slow down Delta. There's the toss out to the side. Nobody is up for it. Reborn Knights not quite able to chain any shots together this time around. Relly sends it downfield. He's looking for a pass out to Bluesy. There it is. Relly coming through. 1 minute 36 left for them to find that second goal. Very well done there by Reborn Knights. Stop by Bluesy. Leo is up. Looking to try and get a pass out to anybody. However, he's almost able to take the shot straight up for himself.
Woohoo! Gotta follow.
Stumpy Robo Thing, thank you very much for the follow. See Leo, he's a little bit low on boost. Delta, he's got no boost. Can he make a play happen here for Bread Sports? Oregano sending it back out to the corner. Bluesy, he's going to manage to take out one defender. Can he get it pass out going to work? No, Delta will stop it. Communisms is trying to make something happen here. He's trying to get that playmaker going for them. But 22 seconds left on the clock. There's the shot, Delta! Gonna pick up goal number 3 for Loaf Bread Sports. 16 seconds left on the clock. Might not be enough here. Reborn Knights looking like they're gonna have to pull a 2-game comeback in order to take the championship here tonight.
From the looks of it, my bracket is still right.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are doing well. It's interesting because I would love to see Reborn Knights kind of kick up that aggression again, but at the same time, Bread Sports are doing a fantastic job with their defense. They're making it so that it's really tough for Reborn Knights to do much of anything.
I'm just hoping Bread wins at this point.
But so, I mean, looking at it, I would think the main things that the Reborn Knights have to fix up is they have to get back into that aggressive mode. Leo right there, able to throw up 7 shots. He didn't make a goal, but that pressure alone that those 7 shots bring with them is tremendous. Pulling out 11 shots total for the team compared to a measly 5 for the Reborn Knights. That's not a good look for them. Really want to see the Reborn Knights step back up. When they were getting full-on aggressive in the last game, they killed it. And I'm just not seeing that here.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but I did. Reborn Knights was like staying on the same side of the field. All 3 of them would rotate out of defense, and it's just, okay, one goes straight left, one goes diagonal left, one goes straight forward. It's weird. It's like some awkward snowflake, because I have no other shape to describe that, but they're doing some weird rotation thing, and it's not looking so hot for them when they're coming out of defense trying to put on pressure when they have no one to pass to on the left.
Yeah, we were seeing
They were always on the right side, so that's why I'm saying left.
Just a lot of gaps there for the Reborn Knights defense, which is surprising considering how solid their defense was in the first 2 games. I mean, they still lost the first game, but the amount of defense they put up was amazing. But now we see Reborn Knights. They're trying to come right back into it, starting off on a good note. Bluesy, quick to receive that pass from Communisms and Relly. Just the quick team play coming out of them, looking really good off the get-go. Delta sending off to the side. Long clear for Bread Sports, but Relly is quick to get it. Bluesy coming in to make that nice save. Bluesy sending it downtown. However, it'll be quickly swatted back by Delta. Delta looking for a pass out to Leo. Leo not going to be able to do much there. And Leo, again, last time threw up 7 shots. The pressure this guy brings with him was tremendous. So Reborn Knights are going to have to look to slow some of that down a bit. Great touch by Communisms. Just have to get it past one more guy. Oh, and Communisms with the intense backwards flick. Just going to throw off Oregano enough. You've got to clip that. What a play. Oregano not able to pick up that save. Incredible shot coming from Communisms. Relly going to go up for the passing play, trying to look out for Communisms. Bluesy not going to be able to make that one go through. Quick stop there by Bluesy. Delta looking for a pass out. No one able to quite read that angle right. Communism's pushing out. Relly, he's going to be sitting in net. He's going to make a nice quick stop there for the Knights. Really watching to see if a play can happen here. And there's a great demo by Communisms. But Delta will still be there to make the save. Great backup play there by Loaf Bread Sports. There's the touch. Bluesy trying to make it work out. Great hit there. Communisms will pick up the save, though. We're just now hitting halftime, and it's already 2-0 in favor of the Knights. The Knights just need to hold out a bit longer, and they can take this one. Oh, just off the side post. Knights almost picking up a third goal. Oregano, great job putting himself in a position to keep things safe. Thank you very much for getting that clip, Mad Bishop. Kicked out to the side by Delta. Oregano pops it up high. He's looking for Relly. Great angle there, but Bluesy can't get it through. Loaf Bread Sports trying to get aggressive here, but the Knights are doing a fantastic job at slowing things down. Bluesy pushes out to the side. Great stop by Relly. Leo following through. Oh, and there it is. Com's gonna get the save. Leo trying to get the quick angle, not able to make it work though. Again, he's coming up with some shots though. 3 shots coming out of Leo, but Com, he's gonna get the shot from the mid, picking up the 3rd goal in favor of the Knights.
They've definitely turned on the Jets. Their pressure is on, and every rocket is firing, and they're just going full force.
You can say that again. The Knights really stepping things up. Great stop there by Bluesy. Looked like it was going to be an open net there for Bread Sports. And one thing I can say is one thing that the Knights are doing really well is even if they can't make a play out of it, they're doing a great job at just disrupting the playmaking abilities of Loaf Bread Sports. They're really keeping things cut down, just really keeping a tight angle on these guys.
Yeah. There's no real chances for Loaf to actually try and make a play with everything that Reborn Knights is doing against them in terms of pressure and just holding right in front of them when they're trying to make a pass. They're just keeping them from making shots and keeping them from passing, and that's keeping them up in the lead.
So here it is. Communisms and Reborn Knights just looking really good right now. Bluesy's going to sit in net. He's going to respect the positioning of Leo. Leo's going to make the miss there, though, and so Bluesy following out. Oh, and Communisms, he's starting to get really aggressive with these demo plays he's going after. And that really looks like it's starting to finally take its toll on the Loaf Bread Sports team. They're not really expecting many of these to be coming out of him. And so great plays coming from him. He's just really kind of sitting there in the back of their mind as this constant threat to be worrying about. And Communisms, they're doing everything they can to just ensure that nothing else can happen. Game number 4 is going in favor of the Reborn Knights. We are now going to go into the final match of the evening. Reborn Knights versus Loaf Bread Sports. Whoever takes this one will win the whole shebang and take home $50. Communism's there looking solid for the Reborn Knights. A little worried that he's carrying a little too much for them, and that there's not an even distribution of playing here. But Communism really working hard here for the Reborn Knights.
Yeah, he's carrying the team. He's giving his teammates an equal chance at winning, just like he's trying to give to himself. It's communism.
All in all, though, he picked up a total of 3 saves, got the assists, and 2 of those goals, all while only taking 2 shots, so really good plays coming from him. One thing that I'm looking at, though, is Loaf, they still had pretty close to the same amount of shots. They still had consistent shots coming from Leo. And I think the difference between this game and last game is they did a great job at slowing down Leo. His shots were not really anything to write home about. They weren't doing the same thing that they did last game. And I think that is where they're starting to find some issue.
Yeah.
So here it is, guys. Game number 5. This is it. This is for all the marbles. Whoever wins this will win everything. Reborn Knights, Loaf Bread Sports, and Bluesy gonna get the quick lead for the Reborn Knights. This guy has been all over the place tonight, and he's been doing some work for the Reborn Knights. Oregano gonna take it out to the side. He's gonna try and get control here. He's got 0 boost though, so not much he has in terms of options. Oh, great pinch attempt there by Com. Looking to pass it out to the side. Bluesy rotating back. Trying to get to that back post. He's in net now, ready to make the save when necessary. Relly going to clear it out wide. Oh, and there was a chance. Relly kicking it out, expecting Communisms to go for it. But Communisms actually going instead for a demo play. Oregano trying to make a play. Relly goes up for the stop. He can't make it. And Delta going to find goal number 1 here for Loaf Bread Sports. Great shot there coming from Delta. What an angle.
We need more foreheads in the chat.
Delta.
Spam this head to help out Bread.
Delta gonna follow through with this one. See if he can make another goal attempt. Tries to read it. Can't quite get it properly, though. Bluey's following out. There's the drop. And can he get the shot? No! Relly gonna pick up another save. There's a great attempt there by Relly. Delta looking to drop it down. Oh my god! Delta with the play!
My.
Great passing there from Leo. It goes down. And Delta with the read. Going to make it 2-1. 3 minutes 17 left on the clock. What a play, Delta. Just being a total monster right now. Bluesy almost able to put that one on target. Not quite able to. Communism's looking for the angle. He's going to put himself back in position to try and keep following through. Oh, and he gets thrown away by Loaf. There's the angle. Delta is there. Oh, and this one may find its way in. Bluesy! Gonna push it through. Great shot there. Communism's perfect pass attempt. That one just sitting right in that danger zone. No one quite sure what to do. We're now hitting halftime in this final game. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. 2-2. This game could not be any closer. Looking for a touch. Really so far holding up as the anchor for this team with 2 saves. Communism's pick up 2 shots, 2 assists, and 1 save for the team. Great play. Relly trying to follow up high. Gets a bump there on Delta. Gonna try and slow a play down. Communism's will take it out to the side. Communism's looking out for Bluesy. Relly respecting the position. He's going to hurry back for the defense. Communism's going to try and clear it away. Oh, and Leo, he went for a demo play. Bluesy not going to let it happen, though. Really, we're starting to see both teams kick up that aggression level to 10. Oh, what a save by Bluesy! Keeping the Reborn Knights alive. What a save. Just intense plays coming from both of these teams right now. But only one can take it. Leo following across the field. Gets the flick. Relly will stop him though. Oh, and Delta gonna pick up that save. Both teams getting so close with these shots. Just no one able to quite make it happen. 40 seconds left and still 2-2. Relly kicks it out. Dangerous position, but Bluesy will keep it alive. Bluesy tries to go for a fake. There's a shot attempt coming from Relly. He flicks it up. Oh, it will go to the side and be saved by Oregano. There it is! Oh my god, Relly can't force it through. Delta with the save. These guys are so close. 10 seconds left. Still 2-2 here in the final game. Last attempt. Delta looking to make it happen right here. It will touch down. 2-2. We are in overtime. One goal will determine the entire tournament. Bluesy is out of boost. Great little pinch there coming from Comms. And there it is, Bluesy!
No!
Will find it in the back of the net, 3-2, going in favor of Reborn Knights. Reborn Knights, your champions for tonight. I called it right. Woo!
Dang it.
GG's and well played. Both teams putting on an incredible showing here. Reborn Knights managing to just stick it out in the end. But I mean, just intense playing from both teams here. Both teams kicking out intense amount of shots, but also just making as many saves too. Like, both teams really brought it here. Reborn Knights able to come out on top though with that star showing from Bluesy as he picks up 6 shots, 2 saves, and 3 goals to lead the team into that victory.
Such a good game, such a good series. Even though Wolf lost, I'm happy. Because you weren't right.
I wasn't entirely right on the prediction of games, but I did call the right team, and that is the only part that I truly care about. I've never been good with series predictions. But all in all, that was really well done. Reborn Knights, your champions here tonight. Loafbread Sports coming so close. Really just showing everyone that these guys, they have what it takes. Like, they can really bring the pain when they want to. Just have to really kind of kick things up a bit more. One thing I will say is they would go between games where they would be really great with the offense and then games where they would be really slow on the offense. And so if they can kind of keep that pace up on the offense and maintain that solid defense and keep those neutral 50-50s that they were doing, I think they can really make true showings for themselves on a more consistent basis then.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, just wow. Really, really great games here tonight, guys. You got any last things you want to say to these guys on things they could work on, things you want to say to Twitch before we say goodbye?
Well, I can't really say anything to improve on except for just don't get tilted. Tilted sucks.
Gotta follow.
Please don't. And thank you all for coming out. This was great. I wasn't entirely expecting it to be like the most eventful day because I was just looking at Twitch before we got on and it was like, okay, we have CRL, we've got astronauts. I can't English, sorry. But CRL and astronauts much bigger than this, and all these big teams still came out here, and they're just like, oh, okay, we'll check y'all out. And we got to watch some top-tier
Incredible
gameplay.
games. I mean,
And it was
so many
great.
so many close games like that. Like we said though, like that was like the theme of tonight was just like
Overtime.
let's just the theme of the night was overtime and one goal. So I mean, really just great showing from everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. We really appreciate all of y'all coming out and supporting us. You could have been anywhere else. You could have been with CRL. You could have been with Astronauts, but you chose to be here with us. And for that, we really thank you guys. We thank you guys for all the support you've been giving us with all the follows, everything else. So again, thank you guys to you as the audience. I'm going to go through real quick and give some quick shout outs. So bear with me if I read really quickly. Wolfie, thank you very much for that Prime subscription. KevDog, thank you very much for your 7th subscription in a row. Thank you very much. Immortal RL, thank you very much for the follow. Fiery Prophet, appreciate you for that follow. Ayo, it's Neo, thank you very much for the hosted 4 viewers you gave us earlier. Berto RL, thank you very much for the follow. Lewis the Great, thank you for that follow. Dexy, big shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. You rock. That has been tremendous coming from you. The Mad Bishop, thank you so much for, thank you very much for that 100 bits that you tossed us as well. It's not showing up on my thing for some reason. Thank you very much, Hobbit, for another gifted sub. He's now at 22 gifted subs, so thank you so much, man. Then thank you very much, Pinch, for the follow. Stumpy Robo thing for that follow. And Communism, thank you very much for that follow as well. Guys, it has been a pleasure having you with us here tonight. This has been Playing with Rockets here at the $50 Launchpad. I know, we're really cheap. This Launchpad only launches bottle rockets at the moment. But we're happy that you guys enjoyed this. We're happy that you came out. Please consider joining us over on the Discord, following us on Twitter, and tossing us $1 over on Patreon. We do have our sponsor tournament coming up on Saturday, so if you want to get in on that action, all you have to do is subscribe to us or toss us $1 over on Patreon, and you can get entered in for all that stuff. But, guys, that is going to do it for us here. I'm Ryan. That's Pyrus NF2. We will see you guys next week. I'm going to let some music run, and then we will be out.
Into the night, city lights are dancing, slowly falling apart. The shadows causing an outbreak of wishing